Is there a fan blowing on?
Check the band below.
Fan blowing on the mic somewhere. What's up, everybody? It's the Nice Guy Andy podcast. You know what we do. We talk to wrestlers around here. So tonight we got a special guest from OVW up in Louisville, guys. The world famous OVW that's on Netflix. The Wrestlers. Is it called? It's called Wrestlers, right? The show on there?
Wrestlers on Netflix.
Wrestlers on Netflix. We got Jebediah Blackhawk.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And
DeNiro.
DeNiro in the house. Okay. This is exciting, guys. I can't believe I got you guys in here. I mean, you're going to be in the main event here on, was it November 6th?
November 2nd.
November 2nd. Oh, that's even
Saturday.
It's Saturday. This Saturday night. Oh my God. You're going to be in the main event, a 4-way.
And not only that, but Haley J is going to be in Richmond, Kentucky for the Richmond Toy Show.
Okay, yeah. So, but we got you here. You're going to be in the main event, and how did we pull these strings? I don't know. What's up, man?
Make that phone call. We're here.
I know, right? We just asked, and you guys were like, "Yeah, we'll come on." It was like, "Cool, that's cool as hell." What you guys been up to?
Well, Andy, I'm glad you asked, fella. I got to ask you a question.
Ask me a
the
question.
First time we met, you like to go fishing?
No.
I do.
You like fishing?
Johnny likes fishing. Yeah, I'm not a fisher.
Well, I got kind of a sad story out of it. I was fishing the other day out there, Haddock's Creek, and this old feller out there.
Is that in Louisville?
No, sir. That's outside of Pikeville.
Okay.
Hog collar. This feller's out there pitching his line, older feller, and I walked up, started talking to him. I said, "Hey, buddy, how's it going?" He says, "Well, not so good." He said, "I lost my wife of 50 years not too long ago," and I just, I'm a good feller, so I started listening on him, He says, we was trying to get all our affairs in order there towards the end. He goes, "In 50 years we've been married, there's this shoebox sits up in the top of the closet. I was never allowed to go in it."
Yep.
I said, "All right." He goes, "Well," I pulled that shoebox down, I opened it up. He said, "There's about $10,000 cash and 2 dolls in that box." And he said, so I went into my wife. I said, "Honey, I got to know what this is about." She goes, "Well, on the day we was married, baby, my grandmama told me every time you have a big fight with your husband, you make you one of these handmade dolls." And he said, "Oh, that's fantastic." He says, "You're telling me in 50 years of marriage we ain't had but 2 big fights. Man, bless your heart, I love you, honey." She goes, "I love you too, baby." She goes, "I got to know what that $10,000 cash is about." She goes, "Selling off all the dolls."
She had a yard sale.
That's
a lot of dolls there. Ooh, that was a lot of dolls.
But thanks for having us out there.
No, thank you
Andy.
for coming.
Man, golly, man, it's been watching you for a long time. You got a lot of good fellers on doing their thing, and I'm so happy for you to ring the phone for me and Jay DeNiro to come down. You was talking about that main event, OVW, this Saturday night. We're going to do the Reckoning. It's got a 7 o'clock bell time. You can get your tickets or online, go to ovwtix.com. You can always visit the OVW website. It'll send you wherever you need to be. But in that main event, the fella sitting across from me, and I'm going to tell you, this guy here, he hits like a ton of bricks, and he kisses like a beautiful woman. But Jay DeNiro has got his hands full this Saturday night. Main event time for Jay DeNiro, the hand of Tony Evans, and y'all know Tony Evans.
We do?
Golly, man, he's one of my favorites. If anybody's got it in professional wrestling, Tony Evans.
Yep.
Young comer there.
And his boss.
And that is Jay DeNiro's boss. Now, also in this match is Will Austin. Will Austin's a young comer. He's got all the tools, all the talent, and the right attitude.
We recently saw him as well inside the Rush division.
That's right. He's got big aspirations, titles in his future. And on the other side of the ring as well, old EC3. And you fellers know that's the NWA heavyweight champion. Yep. EC3. That ain't no night at the theater. That's a real night for a fight. So let me ask you a question, Dave DeNiro. How you going to handle that situation, big feller?
I'm just going to do what I do best. Your name gets on my list. You're in the dirt.
That's strong words.
Yeah.
I'm glad I ain't on your list, feller.
So it's a $10,000 winning purse, right? And the title.
Yeah, Doug Basham put a $10,000 bounty.
Wow.
$10,000 bounty on EC3's head. So
okay,
that's smart.
Yeah,
when it comes to money.
Yeah,
that's what I'm all about.
That's what. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. You're going after that money.
And it don't even matter if Tony Evans is your boss. You'll go through him too, because that money's a lot of money.
Well, at OVW, I came into OVW and basically I'm just a hitman for hire. So wherever that money is, that's where I'm going. So if Tony Evans gets in my way, I got to do what I got to do.
Exactly, because a lot of money is worth everything to a hitman.
Yes, sir.
How you feel about Doug?
Well, Mr. Basham is Mr. Basham, you know.
Yeah, he's gonna be your best friend if he gets that $10,000 in your pocket, huh?
$10,000 is $10,000.
I know, ain't that? That's true, man. I might want to enter that contest myself because you could use $10,000 around here on the podcast.
Not a huge fan of the group he runs around with. Me and Tony Evans have been on the wrong end of the stick with those guys, but
Yep.
Yeah, he's got a tough crew there, don't he? I mean, that whole OVW, you guys you're packed full of stars up there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned Doug Basham's group there, the Revolution. Y'all been keeping up with that?
Yep,
As
I
much as
have
we
been.
can, yeah. We try to cover all local wrestling and OVW as well. And we'd love to get up there more, but we don't,
DJ Easy just said, "All hail, Letter Daddy Doug."
Leather Daddy Doug. There is no safe word,
yeah.
right? Yeah, he shows up wearing that leather vest and that leather jacket and them leather pants, and I think he probably smells like the inside of Darth Vader's helmet.
You know, he used to be a cool guy, and then something happened. Just down the road, it's like he flipped a switch.
Well, as I understand it, man, he's got this in his head about how he's got this tie to OVW because of his uncle Danny. You know,
Yep.
He's Danny Davis's first student.
Yep.
And by far, Doug Basham, there's only, he's probably one of the best ones that ever come out of OVW, and that's all the names
Yep.
that train there.
Yeah.
Doug's one of the best, right?
Exactly.
And he just feels like he talks about it being his birthright. And he's pulled all this foolishness trying to get it off of Al Snow, and he formed a revolution. I'm going to tell you, this revolution ain't no joke. He went and got some of the biggest dogs in the yard to fight his fights for him. And
Yep.
these guys, man, he pulled them from all over. I mean, there's women's champion, right? That's J-Rod. J-Rod
Yep.
is, she go about 6'1", about
Yep.
195. She just made out of solid steel. She'd been doing some business on the West Coast, and she just showed up in Louisville and just started dominating the women's division. OVW had big pay-per-view there in Pikeville a month or so ago, and she had an all-out war with Dream Girl Ellie out there. They did it extreme way.
I heard y'all filled the house down there.
Oh, it was sold out, feller. Now it's OVW's first big time pay-per-view going remote. We do pay-per-views at home, and we'll draw 400 or 500 people at home.
Yeah.
But they were looking to fill, Appalachia Arena out there. It's over 4,000 seats, and we got pretty dead-gum close.
Close, yeah.
It was
Hell yeah.
a proud moment for the company because I posted on the internet. I was like, I've been watching OVW my whole life. Started out there, and watching it. It's like watching it graduate from college. Being a part of the production team there, watching that do what it did, and just really just blew the roof off the place. A lot of guys came in and saw and were really impressed. Kevin Nash was there.
Hell yeah.
And he had nothing but good things to say. Of course, he does his podcast as well, and he put over to OVW and his experience. Kind of smashed Appalachia a little bit, talking about that 2-lane getting to the arena. But
Yeah.
I don't know who puts a 4,000-seat arena in the middle of Pikeville, but they did it.
Yeah, they did.
And
yeah.
I was happy to be a part of it. It was
Yeah.
good. Pikeville, great town, good people. That young lady at Applebee's just listened to me talk during the dinner at one night. She was about as sweet as she could be. I'm a rattling. Y'all go on ahead.
No,
Hey,
go ahead. Keep it talking.
DJ Easy said, "Hey, Jay Nero, see the light. Drop Tony Evans, join the revolution."
you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, money talks, right?
Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
Money talks.
I mean, if Doug Basham has that 10,000,
This is Doug
who's
Basham
to
right
say
there.
that he ain't got more where that comes from?
Well, you better hope his check don't bounce, feller. And you go through all that and beat all them fellers up, and you got a blank check there that ain't got no signature on it.
I only take cash.
Cash, yeah. He's gonna have to have a suitcase full of cash. Yeah.
Exactly, because If he wants this man on his side, he's going to have a whole lot of that cash on hand.
Where's this pay-per-view going to be up in Louisville?
At the Davis Arena.
At the Davis Arena. Okay,
Yes,
yeah. Guys, get up
It's gonna
there
be
to
a
the
hell of a
Davis
pay-per-view.
Arena this Saturday. Tickets are on sale. I'm sure you can get tickets at the door too, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. You can get them online there, ovtix.com, or you can come up there now. It's a pay-per-view, so you better check the website because it might be sold out by now.
That's right.
Pay-per-views at Davis
OVW is
Arena.
hot.
Yeah, we sell out.
OVW is hot. It really is.
If you can't get tickets,
And it's the new renovated. Y'all just renovated the
arena.
arena,
That's
right?
That's right. We can put about 450, 500 people in there if they sit on laps.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And they do. They sit on laps.
yeah. I see some of y'all's fans. I want to sit on my lap.
I'm going to pass on that.
But you know, OVW has really perked up since the wrestlers release on Netflix. You've been running hot. Like there's no one right now that matches what y'all been doing at OVW. I mean, look at this. We got this man right here in the main event. Barrel four-way. $2,000 is a lot of money to talk about.
Yeah, I mean it's just blew up from back in the day. The OVW was a popular, a big name, and then it kind of faded down. But wrestling in general is huge right now. So, and I'm just glad that OVW is being recognized by just about everybody now.
As it should be.
Yeah. It should be right up there with the GCW and all those guys too. Close. With compared to WWE and AEW, TNA,
A lot of props to Al Snow as well, because Al Snow has really stepped up his game.
Yeah. The creative over there is great, and then when you go there, you're there in the arena, and it's a comfortable arena. Like there's not a bad seat in the whole place.
No, it's not that big. Like I said, you got 450, 500 people sitting on each other's laps.
Yeah,
That's right.
But
and the way the arena's set up, and you got the the ring down there, and you got great seats in there.
We
The
got
place
to be a
is
part of that.
the place is designed like really good. I don't know who designed it like that, but like there's great. You guys, if you go to this pay-per-view or go down to Davis Arena and see OVW in general on a y'all go every Thursday night, right?
Yes, sir. We do TV taping down there, and we got to start this whole podcast over, fella, because we've been saying it wrong the whole time. It's no longer. It's Hot Point, Davis Arena. Hot
Point.
Hot
Okay.
Point. That's a major sponsor.
Yeah, it is a major
Yeah.
sponsor.
That's the biggest sponsor, so they put their name there on the
Hot Point's
Davis Arena.
Hot Point's an international company, right?
That's right. They
Hell
make the dryers and the ovens and the stoves. They need a new line of washboards so we can get them down there in the holler. But
Yeah.
they do make some mighty fine appliances at Hot Point, and they're the big sponsor. They were nice enough to come in and they redid all the HVAC for us.
Okay.
So now, in the summertime, it is a balmy 70 degrees in there, all summer long. And in the winter, it's going to be a balmy 70 degrees.
Okay.
So, it's grown in leaps and bounds production-wise, but also the facilities themselves.
That's a big deal because getting some good air conditioning in a place like that and having comfort of the. You guys got a great concession stand.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all sell the merch right up there in the front. You can get a T-shirt. You can get stickers of all your favorite wrestlers right there in front. Get some local. I think y'all sell local pizza right there. And
That's
then
a good pizza too.
Then
by
you
the
get a
way.
great seat in there. Now you got air conditioning in that place. There's no reason not to go up to OVW and watch wrestling.
Especially for the pay-per-view that's coming
It's
up.
not. I mean, around here, Lexington, it's not far. I mean, Lexington's like an hour away. It's not that. If you're in Kentucky, take a visit up to Davis Arena to see OVW on a Thursday night or a pay-per-view night.
That's right. Get up there, check us out, doing that live TV every Thursday night. Matter of fact, we got one tomorrow. Going
Hell yeah.
to do Halloween Hell Night. That's going to be one of those Revolution. Doug Basham's running the general manager position, so he's in charge of what the shows look like. He's got the Hell Night there. They got the wheel of
Spin the wheel,
spin
make
the
a
wheel.
deal.
And it's so the matches that they got lined out for tomorrow, guys will get in there not knowing who their opponents are. They'll spin the wheel, and they'll have a tell you what kind of stipulation is right there. And if you really want to know, you're not going to know what your stipulation is until you're in the ring.
Exactly.
So that's kind of, it's kind of spooky if you're a wrestler because, he knows who he wants to put in the ring, but he's going to let the wheel spin against who you got to fight. You never know who you're going to draw.
And you never know what match you're going
Jay
to face.
DeNiro's gearing up for a big old fight on Saturday night against, he knows who he's going to fight, but by golly, he may get his name spun on the wheel and end up in there with a Cash Flow or a AJZ or, whoever the heck else it happens to be. Will Austin. You may see Will Austin on Thursday. You never know.
And also the stipulation.
Yeah, so do not miss this. If you can get up there this Thursday too, Davis Arena, go up there. But you guys, where do y'all go live at on Thursday nights?
So they run a YouTube TV. That's a live feed. You got local out of the channel escapes me. And
so it's live on YouTube.
Oh, it's live.
Okay.
It's live to TV.
Guys, live on YouTube.
Yeah. It's one of the only live television shows other than the Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
They shoot it live, and it goes straight to feed from so what you see is what you get on television, and the chance to edit it is not going to happen. So
That's one of the good things about OVW is live TV, and it's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
The only other companies that do that is AEW and WWE.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Exactly.
We go live every time we go. That's all we do is live. We never edit anything. We just go live, say whatever we want to.
Partmate Cam had something for you, Jeb. He said, "Good to see you, Jebediah.
Yes, sir.
Wish I was there, but I duck a brush with that loser, Andy."
Yeah, well, you got beat up in the hallway, so who's a loser?
He did get super kicked.
Has he ever won a match? I don't think he's ever won a match. Has he? One?
Oh, he's won one match.
One match? Yeah.
As I recall.
He's won in what? 30?
One in probably 20.
Yeah.
Well, fellers, don't knock him because I'm living proof. You ain't got to go over.
You
it.
ain't got
That's right.
You ain't got no, Party Man's pretty over really around here. He really is.
When
Everybody loves him.
When he started messing with us, he started realizing, I got to take this serious.
Hey, Party,
And everyone respects
if you can make it over here, I think I can come up with a couple bucks and you can meet Jay DeNiro.
Yeah, Partmate Cam, come on.
Meet the old left-right, you know what I mean? And
The right hand Jay DeNiro.
yeah.
Do you
He
have,
like a little.
2,000?
I don't think it wouldn't take that. Go, yeah.
I can be reasonable.
Yeah, good 20, nice 20 or so. Yeah, you might pop.
We got James Kendrick in here. He said it was a lucky win.
Man,
About
sometimes
Parliament
we have hallway matches around here. We've had what 5 or 6 hallway matches.
Yep.
People wrestling in the hallway.
Icon
beating
Lee
each other up.
had 2 of them. He had one where he beat the hell out of this guy named
Icon Lee.
Nakeem the Demon.
Yeah, Icon Lee is our champion. He's got the podcast championship, and he's won it in the ring. And that championship belt, the one right there in front of you, is the first belt, and it was defended 26 times by Zodiac, a local wrestler, Zodiac, 26 times defense, and then Adrian Alexander won it, and then Icon Lee won it from Adrian Alexander.
Andy, I'm glad you brought up Zodi.
Yeah. You know Zodi?
I do know Zodi. In fact, I brought a gift for you.
Okay.
This is a copy of The First Harvest.
Oh, y'all are in that movie together.
I love that.
It's a film by Paul Allen. This is his first adventure into directing a real motion picture on DVD. That's a real deal.
Heck yeah.
And your friend Zodi was in there.
Yeah.
And also your friend Jebediah Blackhawk was
That's
in
right.
Hell yeah.
there. And
That's awesome,
so
man.
I brought you a copy of The First
Wow.
Harvest. And if you want to open that up, you can have us all sign it later on down the road.
That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
want you to sign it tonight.
Yeah, oh, you got it. It's a fun to watch. It's not a horror movie, even though it's almost Halloween. Fella, it's a love story.
Yep.
And no, it's a horror movie.
But it is a love story in a horror movie.
If it's got Zodiac and Jebediah Blackhawk in it, you know it's scary.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Zodiac's he's a maniac, man.
I mean, 20
he
years,
comes to the
20 years
ring
of
and
business.
he's got fire in his hand when he comes to the ring, man. He's
Recently,
It
I
was-
saw him throw the fire at Tony Crowell, another veteran of the sport.
he
Got the flame right inside the face.
he won our belt. He beat 9 people in the ring to win the belt the first time. So yeah, he's a monster.
But guess what? Icon Lee is now the longest reigning Nice Guy Any podcast champion. I
Two-time.
did the math.
Two-time.
But he's longest reign now.
Is he
because-
two-time champ?
Yeah, he's 2-time, but now he's held it longer than Adrian and longer than Zodiac, our first champion.
He's such a hard-working young man. He's you can tell he stays in the gym. He's just
We're talking about Icon.
Icon is just
Yep.
Man, he runs on all cylinders all the time, doesn't he?
he's just jacked. Ain't
He
jacked?
does.
Golly, man. About as much muscle as you can put on 145 pounds.
I know.
You know,
Yeah.
he's a real good athlete. Had a chance, you bring him up. I had a chance to do some production work with him on that pay-per-view we did in Pikeville. He was good.
Oh,
enough to
he
go in there.
he loved being down there. When he talked to me last time he's like, "You should have been down there," and I was like, "I should have been down there." I think something came up with me, but I think I was out of town or something. But man, he was so excited.
Oh, he did a good. It was a good match.
Yeah.
It was a real good match.
Yeah, he was in a 4-way that night, I think, right?
It was 4 or 5. It was 4 or 5 way. Manny Domingo was in that one. Star Rider was in that one.
Uh-huh.
Oh gosh.
The young
Buzz
the-
Backlund.
Buzz Backlund was in that, I think.
Buzz Backlund was the opening guy. Now I'm gonna tell you what. You open a pay-per-view. Now it's an independent wrestlers for wrestling. I was so impressed by this. Buzz Backlund had a full-on bagpipe band play him out to the ring. On the
in
open,
Pikeville?
In Pikeville.
Oh, wow.
Opened a pay-per-view with Buzz Backlund come because he was over like Rover. And they had a full-on bagpipe band march out with him like he was Rowdy Daggum Piper.
Oh, wow.
And it was,
That's
the
incredible.
crowd just was salivating. It was a great way to
They
open a
love
pay-per-view.
wrestling in Pikeville. They love
Golly.
it.
And he looks dead on like Bob
Like
Backlund.
Bob Backlund, he does.
Every time Appalachian Mountain Wrestling down there, Cal Maggard and those guys, they go to Pikeville all the time. They always feel they do the local charity shows for the basketball teams and stuff, and they always fill the houses down there. They
Yep.
always do. They love wrestling in Pikeville.
Well, I think the reason we didn't completely sell every single seat out because we was running against high school football that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know how big that is down there. Everybody, that's the entertainment out in Appalachia. You got the high school teams, and of course you got Appalachia, Pikeville University out there. You Pike, go boys. You Pike, I Pike, we Pike together.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're
And,
from down there, right?
I'm Hawk Collar. You could
Yeah.
you throw baseball at Hawk Collar from Pikeville.
Yeah. Okay.
You got to take a left where the barn used to be.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I was at home down there. I did not get the opportunity to wrestle that night on the pay-per-view, but I was definitely behind the scenes doing production stuff.
Yeah.
And
What's that like, though, doing production?
it's a little bit different. It's a lot, I really enjoy it. Golly, man, Al Snow giving me the opportunity to help produce TV over there as an agent, and man, I'm kind of learning on the fly. It's
Kinda like us.
It's brand new for me. I've always been the guy in the ring, and I've always taken direction, and now it's given direction. But I'm working on about a year being behind the scenes there. And,
wow, okay.
And I just have relished every single Thursday.
Are you a
night.
part of the creative team too?
No, I'm not on creative just yet.
What's their creative team like? You don't have to give me no secrets, but is it like is it y'all got a set writing team or?
Well, let me put it in perspective for you, fella. You was talking about OVW. What was the good thing you said about OVW a ways ago? Independent promotion. Weekly television pro, and most entertaining thing you could watch on TV.
Yes.
That's the writing team. Now I ain't gonna drop no names on the writing team.
Oh, I don't
because,
need to know. I just need to
but
know,
it-
like,
it is it's trial by fire.
Yeah.
Because it's a weekly television program.
yeah.
And things change. Every poster you watch professional wrestling, right there at the bottom, it says card subject to change.
Yes.
And by golly, somebody has car trouble and they're in the
Yep.
main event on your television show. It's all right. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And so having somebody like Al Snow as the head writer for certain,
Yes.
I'll go ahead and name drop him because it's
Yep.
his house.
Oh yeah, we knew
He
that
is a
already. We
smart
kind of
man,
figured
too.
that out on the wrestling show, I think.
Don't nothing go through him that
He's the man that you go to.
But he's
when
been,
the ideal-
we can see
clean
his
it.
work back. We can go back and watch his work on WWE back on YouTube, and you can see how creative that man is. Anyway,
That's right.
And heck,
That's right.
when I watched wrestlers, he made sure that when there was a Halloween themed match, that he's going to have the perfect things for the Halloween match.
That's right. He understands the
attention to
business.
detail is really what
He understands not only professional wrestling, but he understands entertainment.
yeah.
His
Just like
time-
he understands this man right here. you gotta have this man inside the main event.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because DeNiro, he's a hitman. You want a man to get the job done? You got the man right there because he wants that $10,000. And for that $10,000, he's going to take someone's head off.
It took me a little while to get up to OVW, but once I got there,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
sunk my feet in the concrete, and that's where I'm at.
Where'd you start out at?
I started my training out in Wisconsin, ACW, in Green Bay.
Okay.
Same school that Mr. Kennedy came out of.
Okay.
I was about a year and a half behind him. And then the same school that Hornswoggle came out of, me and the guy that trained me trained Hornswoggle.
Okay.
Then I moved out to Vegas for a little while and helped with training out there at FSW. That's the big promotion out there in Las Vegas. We had guys come through there, Chris Bay, Kenny King's out there.
Prayers to Chris Bay.
I think he just got hurt at the last show, and all thoughts going out to him. And you had guys like Disco Inferno and The Godfather, and all those guys coming through and teaching. I was lucky enough to be one of the assistant trainers for
How do you feel about what do you feel about Disco Inferno? I hear him like on the internet. They always saying that he wasn't a great worker. I always remember him being like a great worker in WCW. I watched WCW every week when I was young. I would switch from WWE to.
He was the king of Thursday Night Thunder.
He was
Yes,
always
he was.
like he was like the workhorse of WCW, and he doesn't get the credit as a worker that he should. I think I was always a big fan of his. I didn't like the gimmick of the disco, but like when he was in the ring, he could wrestle.
Yeah.
He could wrestle.
I've been in the room with him several times.
He can
up
wrestle,
there.
right?
He's
Everybody puts him
top
like
notch.
everybody acts like he can't wrestle. Like who? Like
He
wow.
can wrestle.
Yeah.
It's just that the people, they hate his gimmick so much that they deny that
Yeah,
he
it's
was
the
putting
gimmick, I
on
guess.
some
Yeah.
some decent bangers.
Yeah.
out
Who else
there.
was you up there with? Disco and
Disco, The Godfather came through a bunch.
yeah.
And you said you were the assistant trainer
Yeah, I
at
helped.
Karrion Cross.
Michael Modest was the head trainer out there. We trained Karrion Cross.
Nice.
He came in from MMA fighting and trained out there. I was actually his first match.
Oh,
it's great
Karrion's?
to- yeah.
It's
It's great to see all the things he's doing.
Oh
out
man,
there.
he does a great Jesse
Hell
Ventura,
yeah.
don't he?
Oh, he's
Did you
amazing.
see that?
does.
Yeah.
Did you see that interview? Like how he did that Jesse Ventura? That was
I want to
so
see him
funny,
doing
man.
the actual full-on interview as Jesse the Body Ventura.
That was Jesse's coming back. He's going to do Saturday night main event. He's
Well,
gonna,
if he's
that.
doing that, I want to see Karrion Cross sit down with commentary with him.
Yeah,
and
he's
it
gonna-
just be a Jesse the Body Ventura commentary team.
yeah, he's going to be back. That's a great thing that WWE
Yep.
did was mend that fence. That he's a legend, man. He's you know,
Absolutely.
yeah. It's I mean I remember him more as a commentator than like actually being in the ring. But
He was also a governor.
so what was it like wrestling Karrion?
Matches I had with him was in his first year, so he was really green at the time,
Yeah.
but he had it from day one.
So you remember now, like you remember how he was in the ring, and you can see him on the like he's how much has he improved?
Oh, leaps and bounds! You can't
Yeah.
even put words to it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of what he did from his very first match and the whole time he was at FSW that you still see in WWE now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The man has it. I mean, he's got the promo ability. He can go inside the ring. The Final Testament's proven that he can also dabble his hand inside a bit of mansion too.
I mean, was it what? Oh man, like being on that level, like of top wrestling, you got to be at the top of your skill to be up there, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Same with OVW?
I mean, to me, professional wrestling, you got to try to be at the top of your skill.
Everywhere.
Whatever skill level you are, you have to be at the top of that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're not going to progress. It's constantly a learning experience. I've been wrestling 24 years. And I learn something in the ring every day.
I always make it,
Exactly.
and I always
You
make
always
it.
learn.
Like I watch a lot of wrestling. I watch a lot of comedians, and the way the comedians do, they write jokes, and then they actually go to shows. They get up and do they work out. They call it working out. It's probably like the same as like independent wrestlers. You can do whatever you want to do in the gym, but you're going to learn as much. You're going to learn more working out in front of the crowd, right? Am I right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I said, every time I'm in the ring, I learn something.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if I'm working someone who's new or I'm working someone who's been in longer than me. Me and Jebediah Blackhawk have tied horns a couple times.
Yeah, I love what I love about wrestlers is that you can go to a show that there's like 30 people there, and then you can go to a show that there's like 200 people there or 3,000 people there. You're gonna get that. A lot of wrestlers give you the same. They give you the same energy at that 30 people show than they would at that 3,000 people show.
I've wrestled in front of 5 people before.
And no, and you.
But you have to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you try to hold back, that's when people get hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want to hold back. I mean,
You gotta give the people what they want, even if it's 5 people, because those 5 people, they see you doing good, they're gonna go in there and tell their friends, "Hey, you gotta check this guy out. You gotta check that guy out."
And they paid their money that day, just like if you fill an arena.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to go out there and you have to give it your best, no matter how many people are out there.
That's why we'll go to shows and there'll be 100 people there, and then we do clips of their their wrestling, and then they'll put it on Facebook, and then you'll get people like, oh, there was only 100 people there, and then we're like, well, 50,000 people just saw this clip, so it don't matter if there was 50 people there because I just put you on my Facebook page and you got 50,000 views, so
right.
And then like I always tell these young wrestlers, they'll call me and be like, hey, take that down because I got like 10 bad people talking shit about me. And I'm like, dude, but there's like 49,000 people that saw you and know your name. And it's like just getting your name out there. You got to keep on doing it and get your name out there and stop listening to the comments.
And the thing that people need to understand, too, is they're talking.
Yeah, they're talking.
Exactly.
Bad press is just as good as good press. Like, that's why we just go ahead and do the podcast the way we do it. We don't edit or anything. It's because, if they're talking shit about our editing or our production, it's like, oh, cool, they're still talking shit about us. They're talking about us.
Also, the clips that we post is tape study. They can go back and watch and see what they need to change that the people's been trying to trash.
A lot of guys that'll come on the show, and we'll have them on the show, and then they're not getting booked, and then we'll have them on the show, and we'll put some clips out there, and then they're just getting booked like everywhere, and it's like, man, that feels good for us, our reach around here is bigger than I even know, and this whole podcast is just rolling like it just turned into something that I just I can't control anymore. Right. Yeah, and I'm glad you guys, to get guys on y'all's level to come in here. We get the local guys, but to get guys on y'all's level to come in here and talk to us, because y'all guys are, up on this other level than everybody else,
Especially the main. That's inside.
I know you're going to be in the main event, and I was like, I'd seen you on there, and I'm a big fan of yours, and I seen you down in Lancaster down there.
Yep.
And you first thing you did, like you shook my hand. I've seen you wrestle in the ring in the OVW, and I'm like. And then I walk in and you shake my hand and I'm like, oh man, this guy is fucking cool, man. This guy is like down to earth and really cool. You look like such a star, out there when you're out there wrestling and you're out there with Tony Evans. And it's like you look almost unapproachable sometimes because you're so big and you're so mean looking anyway.
Meanwhile,
you know
Tony
what I'm saying?
Evans
But then when I walk in, because I can go in the back of these, in the back. Because I'm not going to give him any secrets away. The guys are in the back, and I come in, you shake my hand. I was like, this guy's cool. So thank you so much for coming in here.
Plus, I will never understand the people that want to give away secrets. That kind of kills what wrestling is all about. The secrets need to be kept secret. You can be back there, but don't be going, I know what they're going to do, or being like, I saw what that guy put underneath the ring. That was earlier tonight. Hey, guys, check it out. He put that dust underneath there. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Let the secrets be secrets like it's supposed to be, because the fans that's there don't need to be knowing what's happening on that show.
So after Vegas, where'd you go after Vegas?
I moved back to Green Bay for a little while.
Yeah.
So I was out there with GLCW. Dave Hero, that's Cal Hero's dad.
Okay.
So I was wrestling out there with him, and I was
He's a hell of a wrestler, ain't he?
I was around him, and my son started at the same time.
Really? Your son wrestles too?
Yeah, he wrestles out in Green Bay.
Okay, cool.
And the improvement that he's done moving out here and training at OVW, he is.
Send us some clips. We'll put them on. We'll put it on our
night and day different.
Send us some
Heck
clips.
yeah.
We'll put it on our Facebook
Definitely.
page, man. And give a good
Plus, that could be a future
shout
tape
out to
study
him.
for him.
Yeah, no, right.
Yeah. Hopefully, my son was talking about moving out here in March because I told him, I said, if you want to do this, if this is what your career path is,
Yeah.
OVW is a place to learn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. He'll get
It's-
good training.
There's so many places like that you can wrestle without the license. You guys wrestle in Kentucky a lot. What's the difference between having to get a license and not getting a license? Wisconsin have a license? No.
I think someone said there's 6 or 7 states that are licensed.
Yeah. Kentucky's
But
one of them.
The license, there's not a difference in the wrestling. You just go get a physical.
Yeah.
You pass the physical. You
Yeah.
go to the license board and get a license.
Yep.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't want to take that extra step of going to get that physical.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that think that, oh, it's too much work to get a physical, so I'm going to go to this.
I guess if you really want it,
non-licensed
you'll do what
place.
you got to do.
Yeah.
You know, when you got reputable establishments when there's a license or procedure.
Exactly. I think so. I think it's better.
You don't. It's not just to be a wrestler, but it's to be anything.
Yeah.
You got to have the physical. You got to have the training because they don't just let you in there if you ain't
Referee.
Yeah, you need to be trained.
right.
Even the
protected,
ring
yeah.
announcers got to have.
your
License?
quality. Your
Yeah.
quality. And then you've got other places that run shows that just aren't good to watch. They don't. One, it's not ran by a reputable person.
Yep.
Now there are good promotions out there that are other independents out of Kentucky.
Yeah.
I'd absolutely trust anything that Indiana Powerhouse Wrestling does up there in Muncie, Indiana.
Uh-huh.
Old Pitbull and his team up there, they put on one heck of a show. They
Heck
got
yeah.
one, I believe, November the 9th.
Grindhouse
They got
as
one
well.
November the 9th. I think I'm on that show.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Tell them again. Tell us again. Where's it
That's
at?
right. Tell
I
us.
believe that's November the 9th up there in Muncie, Indiana. I should be up there.
They probably have a YouTube page too,
And
right?
well, wait, I got OVW that night.
Oh, man.
Oh man! But anyway, I know they got a show up there.
Okay.
But it's if you're up there in that neighborhood,
Yeah.
you've got to check that out.
Hey,
Because
we went up there to Grindhouse.
Grindhouse is
Roberts
good.
and
Now there's your one. That's Rodney and all them. You got a lot of the
Yeah.
OVW guys that kind of go back
Yep.
and forth between the two as they're working on different things.
The arena is
Grindhouse
like
is for real
the
too.
arena's awesome.
Yeah, Reverend Roberts.
Reverend Roberts. Yeah.
Yeah, he does a bang up job over. I think
We actually got to share a locker room with him
Isn't he the
back
sweetest
in
fella?
June 5th.
He gets it, man. Golly, he gets it.
Yeah, he does.
Sure does.
I never had a chance to cross paths with Ronnie Roberts until I was at OVW, and I've always been a real big giver, and he wanted to give me the moon. I was like, no, we can't do it. But no, he hadn't. He said, man, you're gonna call this big stuff on me, or I'm gonna call it for you. And I'm like, all right, buddy, we'll do it.
Yeah.
But no, I got nothing but good things to say about anything they do over at Grindhouse. They do. I think they run on Sundays,
Yep.
early in the
Sundays.
afternoon
Yeah.
on Sundays.
I think once a
Last
month.
Sunday of every month.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's right in the backyard of OVW.
Yep.
But it's good to have those kind of neighbors in your backyard because
Yeah.
they are, the OVW guys go over and warm up, and they have their guys that are trying to come up. Your guy Icon, he's a regular over there.
Uh-huh.
And,
Sure
is.
is.
They give that opportunity, those connections that those people, it's like, yeah, we'll bring you in, and OVW give you a look. Well, and then you get a chance to deal with production. So,
Yeah.
part of my job is, hey, well, here's what's not working for me.
Yep.
That's just my opinion. Go get another opinion.
Also,
Just-
that critique helps them out.
That's right.
One of our guys that we showcase a lot is going to be up there with you guys. I think Chris Crow. You know Chris Crow?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was
That's
just
gonna
in
be a
here
good
for an
one.
interview last Sunday. Yeah.
Yep.
Man, it's really hot right now. The guys that are coming in from outside, there's a lot of NWA guys that are showing up.
Uh-huh.
Carson Drake, golly.
Oh,
dang,
my
man.
God.
king
Right?
gets it.
Right?
You talk about ready for pay-per-view, man.
Yeah.
Carson Drake carries it. Jack Vaughn's a regular.
Oh, Jack.
LPW.
We
Oh, I
love
love
Jack.
Jack
We
Bond.
love Jack Bond. We're fans of his. Big fans
We
of
got
his.
him to thigh slap because no one else would say it. So we said thigh slap, and he points out. He's like, "All right."
If I had to pick top 5 workers right now overall, Jack Vaughn's going to be in my top 5. And
Yeah.
I ain't just
Damn
trying to
straight.
blow him up. I mean, that dude's entertaining. I mean, what's he got?
Very.
100 million people watch his stuff
Yep.
that ain't even got nothing to do with wrestling, but it's got to do with wrestling,
Exactly.
And he's over like Rover. And then his wrestling, he backs it up in the ring with what he does. One of the most entertaining fellas you ever watched. So if
Exactly.
you get a chance, and he goes everywhere. He's a career guy. So if you get a chance to check Jack Vaughn out at any place he shows up, that's where he's worth buying a ticket for just to watch him do his
It's
thing.
such
And his name's
such a
the
nice
best.
guy, man. He always takes pictures with us. He's
Right.
just such a great guy.
Yeah.
What's up, Calamity Jane and Ian Mosley? Looks like Calamity Jane's tuning in.
Sorry?
Calamity Jane's tuning in.
one of our
Calamity Jane, where you at, honey?
yeah, she's
See,
our
right on
she's,
here watching.
she's part of the podcast. She does her own show on Tuesday nights.
Oh, the only reason I come on the Andy show was because I thought you was
Exactly.
going to be here.
She was tickled to death when we were in. You guys were in Lexington,
Oh.
and you walked up to her and you just knew who she was, and you said who she. She was like, "Oh my God, Jebediah knows who I am."
You let me catch Miss Blackhawk slipping. I got her replacement in old Calamity. I tell you what, because she's what she's cut from the same cloth as old Jebediah Blackhawk. We got along right away.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the funny thing about meeting her, because when I went up to her, I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's you!" And she was like, "It's you!" And I'm like, "Who am I?"
Yeah.
She was like, "I know you. You're funny." She's like, "You're funny," and I'm like, "Let's take a picture." She's like, "Oh, please!" And
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
"What a sweetheart, man."
Oh, she's
Golly.
great.
Joy
She's
is.
awesome.
Funny. Oh, she's funny. I'd do something with her in a heartbeat, man. I tell you.
Yeah, yeah.
If we could, I'd do her show.
Yeah,
I'd
it's
come
Tuesday
on.
nights. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
she does
talk
all-
to her about it.
She does her own little live show. Like she doesn't live up here in Lexington. She lives down in Lincoln County or something
Yep.
like
Yeah,
that.
she's out there.
I think it's Ashland,
Yeah.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said, "Hey y'all, Jack's great. His skits are hilarious. Hell, I would have been there if Halloween wasn't tomorrow."
Oh.
She's
Yeah.
coming up Saturday. Actually,
Yep, she is.
Well, man.
you got to
she-
pop in here and
Hey.
talk to her Saturday.
There's a little something I got going on Saturday.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
the
Yeah, that's
preview.
right.
But if
Damn
y'all
it.
want to pop in, you be my guest. You
Well,
just
that
show up.
pay per view, the other the WWE pay per view is
Yep.
early, ain't it?
Yep,
Yeah,
that one's gonna be early.
we're
Well,
gonna do a watch party
till
here.
probably
And it's
3 or
gonna be
4.
early, and then we're gonna try to. We ought to just watch their show too. We ought to just
Yep.
we watch their pay per view too.
exactly. 'Cause it's gonna be on OVW.
What time y'all's is it about 6 at night,
We
7?
I think we open the doors at 7 and the bell, or it's got 7 o'clock bell time, 6 o'clock open on Saturday.
Yeah.
And TV usually runs about the same way. They'll crack the door open there about 1:45. They'll get the dark matches going, and then we go live to TV at
I'd love to go up there
7 o'clock.
Saturday.
Yeah.
I'd love to go up there Saturday night.
Yep.
Yeah, man. If you wanna
We've been
come
there
over. If you
already
can't make it
before.
Saturday because it's Halloween and everybody's got stuff going on, you come on up there Thursday. Let me know you're coming,
Yeah.
and I'll let them know you're coming,
Okay, cool. Good.
and
Yeah.
then come in and check us out.
Well, Halloween's Thursday. Saturday's
Halloween's Thursday, and then Saturday
Saturday's
is
the
the
pay-per-view.
reckoning,
Reckoning.
Yep.
and that's the
That's
pay-per-view.
y'all's kind of like Halloween
The-
pay-per-view kind of.
Will it be in November? So the reckoning.
Oh, that's right.
It's kind of based on what the Revolution's doing. It's Doug's pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Really designed for so his people are gonna most likely they're gonna try to come out on top of that.
Yeah.
We were talking about his people there in the Revolution. He's got some of the hottest names in wrestling going on right now. We mentioned J-Rod because you can't not mention
Yep.
J-Rod. He picked up Tony Gunn.
Yeah.
Tony
Oh,
Gunn's
man.
20 plus years. I mean, he's got it. He's a gunslinger.
And
And-
Crixus.
Crixus is for real, man. Now he's fighting injuries, but
Yeah.
gosh, who wants to fight that guy, man? He's a juggernaut. And the longer he goes, the harder he is to fight. You bring that up, Crixus and DeNiro, they had a big old war up there in Wisconsin, and Jay DeNiro got the best of him, tore his bicep.
Oh man.
They chewed each other up. I saw the video from that one. I didn't
Heck
get a chance
yeah.
to go up there to GLCW and see it. But him and Crixus, they had a
That's actually
TLC,
on YouTube.
and they didn't love each other one bit. They beat the ever-loving hell out of each other in that fight.
Yes, they did.
They did.
Because it's right on here.
We both left that. We
Oh,
both left that
gosh.
match hurt.
Yeah, it was something.
Is this it here?
Yeah,
Look at that.
that's
He found out real
I
quick.
mean, look
who
at
J-Hero
you
is.
had to fight him, buddy.
That dude is freaking.
And look at him. He jumps on the apron like it's nothing.
Oh my God.
Hit him like Hell Week.
Now look at that.
Look
that
at it.
fighting. That right there. That was
Holy
a war, but
smokes.
you know what? Who was the one that ended up with the torn bicep?
That's Crixus.
he had
And
the
you know
torn
why?
bicep. He got the win out of it at the end, but
Yeah,
he
he
may
did.
have, but he found out that
Ooh.
you don't want to mess with Jay DeNiro because he makes good on his name.
Well, he got up. You see him just spear DeNiro out of his boots, and DeNiro's back on top of him.
Yep.
That's tough. Yeah, I've fought this guy.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I wasn't joking. If I was gonna pick one in this go,
Man,
DeNiro's
the black button down, man. That was a great choice. The black button down. That always looks good.
Well, you see a lot of different colors now. I'm starting.
Oh, you getting into more into colors?
I'm mixing up the gear a little bit here and there. You got a photo up there on the screen, and I'm in the red.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, there.
I have different colored
And in the
suits
white.
and different shirts, all kind of stuff.
Heck yeah.
Exactly. And right there, I mean, this was a war between these two.
Golly, look at
Oh
that.
man,
He just knocked his tooth out.
what the heck?
I'm telling
dude?
you.
What goes in
Tricks
your
is game
head?
as good as he
What
got.
goes into your head when something goes in your head? The head comes into your head. That's crazy.
I mean, there's not much that you couldn't do when another man wants to headbutt you. You have to take it or leave it.
He's got a head of stone. That's for sure.
I know,
Golly,
right?
man.
Look at him.
And he didn't even need the chair, but he just wants to inflict more punishment on you. But there's his mistake. He took too long. He gave you a chance to recover.
Y'all had a great crowd. Y'all had a big crowd up there, didn't you?
About 400.
Look
people.
at this.
Do y'all always do that?
One of the suppers.
Did they always do that arena there? That place?
No,
that
that's Burlington Brawl. That
That's
was
right,
a
Leon.
specialty show. But Dave Hero, that's GLCW right there.
Uh-huh.
Dave Hero draws 300, 400, 500 people every month.
yeah.
I mean, it's just a huge crowd.
Aren't you impressed? Like so impressed when these small independent can draw big crowds like that? It's just
GLCW's been around for a while. He draws really good, about like OVW. He's drawing about 300, 400,
is
500
it kind of
people
on
every
that
month.
level of OVW, kind of like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the big company there in Wisconsin.
Okay, cool.
Hornswoggle has a company, ACW. I wrestled out there for
Heck
a while
yeah.
too. But when it
Is
comes
he in Wisconsin too?
Oshkosh.
Hornswoggles is.
Yep.
Okay.
But Dave Hero has Blizzard Brawl every year. He draws about
Man, I
3,000
wanna,
people
like,
every year.
I wish I'll retire from UPS in a couple of years. I hope I can go do this full time and come up there and venture out of Kentucky more because Rhino invited us to come up to Michigan to
Yep.
see his promotion, and we haven't got to get up there yet.
And
but
he's now a TNA
such a nice
Hall of
guy,
Famer.
right? So, have you met Rhino? You guys met Rhino?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
Yep.
great guy. He was at New South Wrestling down there in Lawrenceburg, and he had done a match, and I went in the back, and I was talking to the guys, and I sat down next to him, and we just buddied up, man, talked like he was my best friend. It was awesome. Rhino's a good guy.
And guess what? He's now a TNA Hall of Famer,
Yeah, that's awesome.
which is well deserved. Because Rhino, man, he had one of the best scores there ever was.
Yeah, yeah. Have you ever wrestled Rhino?
I haven't wrestled him, but I've been on several shows.
Yeah, been on shows with him. Great guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And watching this,
Who have you met? Like you two. Who have you guys met that you were like a big star like that? It was just so even a smaller guy that would just impress you so much. Like anybody stand
Probably
out?
the one that impressed me the most, but he's my all-time favorite, was I got a chance to wrestle Road Dogg.
Road
Hell
Dogg.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I've got a chance to get in the ring with several people.
Yeah.
I've been in there with Mr. Kennedy,
Yeah.
heck yeah.
Road Dogg.
How's Mr. Kennedy in the ring?
You can't even describe it.
He's such a great wrestler, wasn't he?
Amazing.
I mean, is he still wrestling? I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't.
He's on a big show coming up in Wisconsin. RPW, I think it is. It's him and Zilla Fatu.
Is he still going by
Oh, that's
Mr.
gonna be a
Kennedy?
good one.
Is he going by
Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
Yeah.
Yep, like he
When
was in TNA.
Yep, yep,
So he's wrestling Zilla.
yep.
Yeah. Oh,
Zilla
wow.
is
Yeah.
Umaga's
Umaga.
son.
Umaga's my favorite wrestler out of all time. So, yeah, I know who Zilla is. I got this little. That was my son.
And he got that one.
I stole his Umaga, and then somebody gifted me that one. But
Sean gifted you that.
yeah.
But
How about you, Jebediah? Who's your?
Have I ever been starstruck?
Yeah. Have you ever been
You know,
starstruck?
I don't get starstruck very easy, feller, because I've been around a lot of them fellers.
Yeah.
And but I tell you one that got my tongue tied, and I was so excited to meet her the first time, was Jordan Grace.
Oh my gosh.
nice.
She come into OVW and they were in town, and she stopped by for a look-see. And
Did she wrestle up there?
No,
Okay.
she just did
Just came in.
drive-bys, came
Yeah.
in to say hey.
Yeah.
And golly, man, I've been watching her for a long. This is
Yeah,
before
did you
she-
tell? Like, can you believe how she has transformed her body
Oh.
from being like a short little chubby girl to the human, the beast that she.
Yes,
She
the
was-
juggernaut.
she-
She's
was
one of my
solid.
favorite. She's one of my
She was
favorite.
solid, man. But golly, what she's done with the bodybuilding, winning the contest and everything.
Yeah.
And golly, man, I was so enamored with her. I was like, I'd watched her and I'd seen her stuff going along.
I would be the same way.
And when she's standing there, and I was tagging with Snake Williams Jr. at the time, and I was just trying to stay out of the way.
Yeah.
And I was
What's up, Bobby Blade?
looking over there, and I was scared to death. I've never asked, you got to take the photo or it don't count.
Yep.
And I've never been a photo guy.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, I just really want to get a shot with her because she's going to be something.
Yeah, she
she's-
is,
you know,
yeah.
And I want to take pictures with everybody at OVW because everybody's going to be something. I
Yep.
have. I
Yeah.
post them all the time. But I've never been afraid to ask for a picture. I don't care who it was. But for some reason, I just was nervous to go ask this little girl for a picture. And didn't want to feel like that weirdo,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And my buddy, Snake walked right over to her and says, "Hey, Jordan Grace, would you
Snake
mind
got
taking
that steel.
would you mind taking a picture with my friend over here? He's nervous to take a picture with you."
he called you
And
out.
she said, "For sure, I'll take a picture." And she come over and she just put her little arm around me, and I was
Yeah.
just like, "Bless your heart, you are."
I see her like I watch some of her YouTube stuff and
That's
some of her
your
social
future
media
ex-wife.
stuff,
Hey.
and she's so funny. She does a lot of like jokes with the guys in the back and stuff.
She also twerked. Wow, it was like,
Yeah,
are you injured? She starts twerking. Grisham's like,
that's
I'm done
so
with this.
funny.
so likable, man. And for her to get this opportunity now, she's big, but to get that NXT opportunity.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
And they've got, she's about to get as I understand it, she's about to get the big deal.
Yep.
So and she's worth it because
yeah. She won't
has
be
the
in
look.
NXT for a while.
No.
They'll move her straight up to the main roster. She is such a star. I can see her and Rhea Ripley just like ripping it up.
Yeah, that's a banger right there because I think pound for pound, she's as strong as Rhea Ripley.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
She-
Hey, did you see the recent picture with her, Rhea Ripley, and Delta together?
I did. How's that look for a faction?
That looks like
Isn't
a
that-
badass faction.
Isn't that spooky?
That's
It is.
crazy.
Yeah, man, that's good stuff. And
Three muscle mommies.
that's one I'd like to meet Rhea Ripley. She's the biggest female talent. Maybe I'm gonna say at the end of it, she's probably the biggest one of all time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Since
you go-
since China, I guess China was pretty
Yeah.
big when she.
Well,
The knife wonder of the world.
But I mean, at a time when the women's division's where it's at, when in China's day, the women's division it was divas.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
And
right.
I'm not knocking any of them because they're all great talents.
Exactly.
And, they're, but now,
Maria's
But she helped. I think she helped. She doesn't get her due, but she helped change it. I think China helped change that whole platform of the muscle woman.
Right,
like
right.
the real her
But-
and Jazz and then all those.
What did she look? I mean, she had to wrestle men.
Yeah,
Yeah. She was because she was that big.
Yeah.
And Rhea Ripley, she's done this with with the women, and for me, it's like, golly, man, watch. It's like these women are out there beating the ever loving hell out. Like they're working like the. Golly, man, it don't look like women's wrestling. These are.
I know.
I'm not. I
Exactly.
don't mean it like that because that's a sound bite.
Yeah.
I don't mean like women's wrestling. I mean like they're golly, man, it's more entertaining than watching the guys do it. And they're out
Well,
there.
you used to say, man, when we first started this podcast, we used to do just pay-per-view watch parties, and back in the day, WWE was being garbage, and the
Yeah.
women, Charlotte Flair and all them, would steal the show,
Right.
steal the
And like
show.
I still say, sometimes the women they be putting on bangers.
They steal
more
the
than
show.
They
men.
do.
Yeah.
They do.
Like Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair that year, a couple years back when Rhea won the title from Charlotte, they could have main evented the whole show, and it would have been that good.
What about last night in NXT when we had the first ever women's casket match?
Right.
That was pretty unique because Tane Paxley and Wendy Chi were trusted with that.
You wouldn't have seen that 20 years ago.
Exactly.
It'd have been your underwear's match,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And they're out there doing it, and it's insane. OVW's got a hell of a women's division.
Hey, y'all
Yeah,
do.
they
Y'all
do.
always have great women up there wrestling.
And they,
Freya the Slayer,
Oh,
Hollywood Haley J,
that's right.
J Rod,
Keep on name dropping, fella.
bunch of them like Tiffany Neves, Layla Gray.
She's went on to She's went on to NWA now, ain't she? Nevis?
NWA Impact.
Yeah.
Layla Gray, she's down there making waves.
Layla Gray is
Top
incredible. Layla Gray is
Yeah.
incredible.
And they all cut their teeth at OVW.
What's the other girl? The other girl that has the match with Layla Gray a lot. She's from Louisville.
Trying to remember her name.
Sparks or
Jordan? No, Jordan Sparks.
I don't know.
Is it Ladybird?
No, I'll come. But no, she's a blonde haired girl.
That's another
Young
one,
man.
too.
She's like 19 years old.
Yeah.
It's a friend of J-Mo's.
That's another one too. Is Sophia.
Yeah.
Oh, Sophia Rose. That's who I was thinking of.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's just a heck of a women's division there, and then you get great matches from them.
Yeah.
And I'm going to throw this inside there. I think Luke Curtis, could possibly get signed by W or AEW.
He deserves it.
He's certified.
He's out there working with. I think he's out there on the West Coast, working with Japan right now, and he's doing. He made waves in OVW. You show up and you got it, and you're not. What Luke Curtis has figured out, man, is he listens. And there's so many young guys that don't open their ears and listen. But he took from, any producers that were at OVW, he took from all of them the best stuff. He had those conversations with Al, and he had those conversations with Doug. We got a chance to work a match together, and I'm always a less is more.
Yeah.
And when we had a chance to do it together, this is all we're doing, buddy. And he's like, all right. And he trusted it. And he was like, man, we didn't do anything. And God, it was crazy. And I'm like, all right, now you do what you do, because I can't do what you do, but make it mean something. And off he went, right? And then he had to. Yeah,
okay. So
they
he's
painted
listening. He's listening.
Yeah, he's like, okay. And then he had the chance to work with EC3, and they had a banger. And EC3's, he's one of the top guys in the world.
Top guys.
Yeah.
Top guys in the world. Like in the ring, he
And
is
he was
so
OVW
good.
champion.
And Saturday night, you got to fight him.
So good. Like,
Saturday night, I get to beat him.
yeah.
Oh.
Do you have a game plan for this? Like, I know you and Tony Evans are kind of on the same wavelength, but do you have a game plan for this match?
Win.
Just win. You just got to go in there and bash. Just like you're doing here on the ring. Just bash.
All I can say to Tony Evans is he better hope that he can come up with more than that 10,000, because Jay DeNiro's saying that he's going to go through even Tony Evans.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be no friends in that.
What'd you think about when
Zach.
Tony took that body slam from the little referee?
Referee Dallas Edwards.
Dallas Edwards down there in Lexington, down at the Manchester Music Hall.
Hey, anyone can do anything on any given day.
Exactly.
And also, you got to get the referee some flyers, too, because they do a lot of jobs. That's great. Like Jonathan Barnes, Dallas Edwards. There's a lot of trust for him to be able to power slam someone like Tony Evans.
We got Jake for you guys.
Yep, Jake Cloyd.
Jake Cloyd.
The man.
Jake Cloyd is awesome. He works at the UPS with me.
Man, I'll tell you what, that fella is big as a wrestler, ain't he?
He is, man.
Golly, man, he's just a strapping. Every time I see him, I'm like, man, you get hotter and hotter every time I see you.
He's jacked, man. He's in there lifting those weights. I think he thinks that he has to be that big because he has to be in there with all those big guys.
Well, you got Daniel too. He's a TNA head referee.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep, Dallin. That man is also doing waves, too.
Yeah, you got
That shows trust.
You gotta talk good about referees, because honestly, referees help make matches.
Yep.
And OVW's got a heck of a plethora of referees. They got young ones there. They got Katie.
Yep.
What's her last name? Katie. She did Impact Bound for Glory the other night, so she's a referee for life now. She's in it.
Oh, yeah.
What's an upcoming star in OVW that we need to be looking out for?
Jay DeNiro.
Jay DeNiro.
Yep,
Okay.
right here he is.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, anyone who's at OVW, you need to keep your eye on.
Well,
Yep.
he's already a star. I was talking
Like
about
Will Austin.
I'm talking about like a guy that just came in. You're looking like that guy's got it. He's going to be something in this
he's
business.
not bringing anybody in that don't look like they got it.
Oh,
And
yeah, okay.
Everybody's looking for an opportunity. The dance card is full.
That's right.
Everybody, there's a booker gets email, and everybody wants in, and everybody wants to play. There's a lot of guys that have just showed up that have got looks. Bruce Hamilton,
Yep.
he's a power lifter, record holder. Donovan Cecil, power lifter, record holder. Donovan Cecil's on a path right now. He just knocked off Mali Balishira.
Wow, that's a big win.
That's
sure is a big
That's a huge win.
He went through Jay.
Yeah.
Fluke.
Fluke. That's
the
fluke.
thing, all right, now
It was a fluke, was
That was a
Oh,
fluke.
we're going to talk about all that.
anytime somebody that deadlifts 6,000 pounds puts the run together on you, and he blindsides you. You don't kick out.
Well,
You know, what I
exactly.
mean, everybody
he
loses.
threw me into the rafters. Like,
You got to find. You got to.
Also, like you said, keyword, blindside you.
Yeah.
You got blindsided.
Oh, he cleans your clock, feller.
Yeah.
But next time you'll know what to expect, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And that's the first time. So we called him.
You learned something in the
Yep.
ring that day, didn't you?
TW3 is
And
another
also,
one.
you got to keep an eye
Who is that?
on.
TW3, he's out in California now,
Oh, okay.
but he was one of my first students in Wisconsin. We came to OVW from Wisconsin.
Okay, cool.
And,
Nice.
he's got it.
Okay.
Will
And that one
Austin.
to look out for is Will Austin.
Will Austin.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He's,
You saw him earlier this year.
The past Will Austin.
Is Buzz still
Yes,
there?
Buzz is still there.
Buzz is on sabbatical.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he is.
He's on sabbatical, but I hope to see Buzz real soon. You know, because you talk about kids that literally just started,
Yeah.
and I watched him do, and I thought, man, I wish I'd have been that good when I first started.
Yeah.
Because he just got it. You know, he's a student of the game.
Yeah.
And
He does. He just, yeah.
he got it. He
Yeah.
got it, and he figured.
He looks like he's been wrestling for years.
That's right.
Yeah.
He didn't have no green on him at all, and they put him right. I think he got broke open there up at GLCW,
Yeah.
and then turned around next week. He was on TV making a run because he just showed up like it.
And
guys-
took the title from Will Austin pretty quickly.
That's
He's
right.
probably
Yep.
done, as a kid growing up watching wrestling, he's probably done those matches 1,000 times in his head.
Oh,
And
he
it's mostly in the head, right?
He was a fan.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
he was a fan. Golly,
Yeah.
man, he's just a student of wrestling, and he's got a bright future, and he can't be in no hurry.
No.
Yep,
you know,
that's
he's
right.
still he's not. I don't think he's 22 years old yet. So,
Wow,
you know,
that's so young,
He's
man.
a young feller, and he had a first run was a big one, and he takes some time off, and when it's time, he'll be back. You know, and any company that he applies for should be more than happy to pick him up.
That's right.
Yeah, as a lightweight, he's a lighter weight guy, but he'll bang.
Yeah.
He'll bang.
Exactly.
So, yeah, Buzz Backlund, that's a good one.
Icon Lee?
Icon Lee is something else, man. Like
He's
you said,
chiseled.
he's 100,000 miles an hour.
Yes, he is.
And when Icon Lee settles himself down a little bit, he's going to be one of the good ones.
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
know, but
Every
he's-
time I go to Louisville, I run into him just out. Like I was up in Louisville. I was over in Albany, actually, Indiana, and I was at the casino up there seeing Andrew Santino, and Icon Lee was there. It's like he's everywhere.
he's everywhere,
Yeah.
and he stays busy.
Yeah.
There ain't
Yep.
you see, he posts everywhere.
He
He did a.
he's part of the podcast.
He was
I mean,
on State Fair and wrestled Will Austin. No,
Yeah.
wrestled Will Austin.
uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe so.
He's also wrestled Buzz Backlund.
They did at that pay per view. So yeah, I can't knock Icon Lee, man. He looks like $1 million,
He does, man. He
And he
stays
puts
in
in
the
that
gym.
work.
and he's just he's going to figure it out. And when he finally does, oh man, here it is. But he stays busy. You can't say he don't work.
Yep.
And he wrestles. And when he gets in there, it's the Icon Lee show. So
Yeah.
he gets being a star.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, he's absolutely he's a talent.
And he's got like a with C4. He's affiliated with C4. Like
Yep.
he talked them into giving him a affiliation
He's called Icon.
program with them.
If there's a guy that should teach a lesson in self-marketing,
Yes.
Icon Lee's
It's
that
him.
fella.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
ain't nobody else gonna give it to you, and this feller's not scared to go out there. And
Yep.
get it.
No, he's not
And a
scared
lot
to talk about it. He joined forces with us. I put him on. He's part of the podcast. I was like, whenever even if you don't have the title, you're still going to be part of the podcast because he's just like you said, he's a marketing genius. He really is.
That's right. He's got a good head for business on his shoulders.
And a lot of talents need to learn
Yep.
from his example. Promote the shows that they're going to be on. Post the flyers. Let people know who you are.
Yeah.
Post yourself out there.
If he's on your show, like he's going to promote it. Like
Yeah.
he's going to promote. It don't matter where he's wrestling. He's going to promote it on his social media.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you how smart this feller is. Most guys don't do it, but what he did was he went out and he took the promo shot from the pitch there he wrestled his match for the title.
Yep.
And inside of 24 hours, he had about 100 copies of that poster on his merch table.
Yeah.
And was signing his autograph to that fight he was fighting that night. Not a lot of guys do that. A lot of guys,
Exactly.
no, this is my merch. He took a promo poster, printed it out, and sold it and made money.
And I don't know who's taught him this.
That's
He's just
That's just smart. That's
self-taught. All this is self-taught from him.
So I see that part of him, and I'm like, man, you're hungry, and that's what
He
turns
wants
me on
it.
about Icon Lee, because he's really, really hungry.
He wants it bad.
Exactly.
And there's other things that might need work along the way, but the kid's got it. He's a body.
Yeah. I went up to Detroit with him, man. He's such a good, like, I went up to Detroit with him. He was having a match up there. He's like, come with me. Went up there. I took my family, and he stayed with me and my family in an Airbnb. Such a gracious guy. He got up in the morning and did, like, the dishes, and he was doing some laundry, and he was just like, he cleaned up his spot. It was so disciplined. He's so disciplined. He knows what he wants, and he respects everybody that's around him. You know, he just really does.
That's true. All around nice feller.
Yeah, great guy. He really is.
A lot of the boys appreciate what the way he responds in the back and things like that. And yeah, it's good to be around.
That's the way it's supposed to be too.
Yeah. I hope like I said, opportunity rises.
Yeah.
And then if he answers a call, he answers a call. Well, you never know when that opportunity's going to hop
Exactly.
on.
Yeah.
Like I said, card subject to change. And
Yep.
I think at the Pikeville pay-per-view, I think he was in the right place at the right time, and it wasn't a bad decision to put him in there.
Yeah.
So when you're there, you're there. It's like guys.
He loves it.
No, he's living the business.
He loves it. He lives it. Like you said, he lives the business. He lives it.
I respect
Yep.
him. I respect him for it.
Yeah.
Plus, I think that a lot of young guys should listen whenever veterans talk, because I know that there's some veterans on the independent scene that's like, you can have 4 of us sitting there, and there's young guys that won't come up and try to pick our brains.
Yeah.
I think that they should listen to what those veterans say. They say, come pick our brains, because we're a wealth of knowledge just waiting to pass.
Those are
to you.
missed opportunities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very missed opportunities.
Who in this business taught you the most, you think? Just by listening to them or just being around them?
It's hard to say who taught me the most. I mean, obviously,
Probably you.
The school I was at is, where
Yeah.
I learned how to wrestle. But then everything else was pretty much reps.
Yeah.
There's guys who get into this business and they go through their training and they're decent in the ring or they're good in the ring and they wrestle once a month. That's all they want to do, and that's fine. But for me, it was as many reps as I could get, because every time I get in the ring or get in the locker room, even if I'm not on a show, I'm go in the locker room, introduce myself. If I see somebody, watch a match, I like to critique. I like to teach if someone wants to listen.
Yeah.
I don't push it on them. Hey,
Yeah.
had a couple things. If they are busy, don't want to listen to me, okay. But that's the thing that is missing a lot of times is guys think that they are as good as they think they're better than they are, and they think they're as good as they're going to get.
Yeah.
So they don't ask any questions. They don't try to learn.
Exactly.
Like I said, I've been doing this for 24 years,
Yeah.
and I try to learn something every time I'm anywhere. If I'm on the road with somebody and we're driving, I'm talking about wrestling the whole time. I'm at picking brains. Hey, how can I do this better? I'm a big fan of. I've even in Green Bay have students that aren't even ready, aren't even in the ring yet. But they're at the show and they're doing security and they're doing ring setup. They're doing their due,
They're
and I'll
paying
tell
it.
them I'm going out to do my match and say, hey, watch this and critique me. And I always get this weird look from them. You want me to watch your match? I said, here's what's going to happen. You're going to ask me a question, and I'm either going to explain why I did it, which is teaching you, or I'm going to say, shouldn't have done that. Now I just learned something from you, and you ain't even wrestled a match yet.
Exactly.
So you just have to have an open mind and learn. Now you have to know the right guys to talk to. I've
Yeah.
talked to guys who say, "Oh, you should have done this," and so I should have let the 150-pound guy throw me around like I'm a rag doll. No, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because there's some things.
It's got to
that
be
should not
realistic. I
told.
mean, you got to look realistic. It's got to go with the storyline. It's got to, it's got to be part of it.
Imagine the David versus Goliath story being Goliath being thrown around instead of David. It wouldn't work.
If you go, it don't even have to be wrestling. I heard a thing that Jim Cornette was talking about, and it was if you're driving down the freeway and you see two guys fighting on the side of the road, and one is this big monster and the other guy's a little smaller guy, and that monster's just beating him up. It's just nature to stop to What's going on over there?
Yeah.
And then you see that smaller guy start coming back and coming back. Well, it excites you. You want to see that big guy
Yep.
get what, he's been eye gouging and
Yeah.
choking and all the dirty tactics you could think of. That's wrestling.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that people need to do is you got to tell a story.
That's the beauty of that
is,
story
life
too.
is wrestling. Even politics is wrestling. This whole thing that's going on right now is just all wrestling.
It's a work, brother.
You brought up Jim Cornette, man. I had a chance to work with him a little bit at OVW when he was doing his time there, and man, you get a lot of knowledge from Jim Cornette.
I'm sure.
I wish I
Sure
had spent
did.
more time with him, but the opportunities I did have to be with him, it was his delivery's a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of not that old, but I'm old enough. But, man, he's as old school as they come, but his knowledge of what should be done and how it should be done and how it'll work, and he gets it, man. And I don't care who he's got heat with, whatever.
Yeah.
But
What's his relationship like with OVW? They nice to each other? Or does he come by? Or
It's a good working relationship. He hadn't made a stop in a while.
He hasn't?
But he's always, I'm pretty sure he's always welcome.
he's welcome.
He's
Yeah.
always a
Exactly.
welcome individual.
I mean, he's right up there in Louisville. I mean, you think
He keeps his distance out there at Castle Cornette.
He
Yeah.
has ventured out of that castle though sometimes.
Well, and he's even, if anybody didn't know who Jim Cornette was before, this Queen of the Rings coming out, right?
Yep.
Shot there in Louisville, and Jim Cornette's got a big role in that. You know who else got a big role in that?
Who?
Jared Kripke.
Nah.
He got a big spot in that. A lot of the OVW guys, a lot of independent wrestlers got a spot in that movie. So when it does hit, you got to check it out because you know who's.
What's it
faces
called
you wanna
again?
see. Queen of the Ring.
Yep.
It's
Queen of the
a
Ring, okay.
Mildred Burke's story, and
I know her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's she's the first money making female wrestler we were talking about.
Yep.
okay.
And man, just golly, the way they shot the film and all the people in that's shameless promotion. Guess who's else is in that Queen of the Ring, fellas?
You are?
Old Jebediah Blackhawk.
Oh my God! Yeah.
So, yep, I'm
Hey, we
right
gotta
there.
get you and Kripke the air one day.
Oh, you Kripke be happy to come and talk to you.
Yeah.
You talk about talented fellas, man. That Kripke, he's something else.
We had him coming down one day, and he canceled on us, I guess, because he didn't have
Yeah.
something came up or something.
Yeah,
But
he's-
we still got whiskey for him.
I had a whole bottle of whiskey I was going to give him. Like I had a sponsor donate a bottle of whiskey for him, and he never got the bottle of whiskey. I think we ended up drinking it here, but
I met him up at.
is he still affiliated with OVW?
He shows up
Yeah.
every now and then. He mostly runs out of Indianapolis up that way.
Yeah.
He's got some home promotions.
Staying
up there.
home.
Stays busy.
He's got that
He's
baby.
Got the girlfriend. Got the new baby.
Yeah.
And he kind of stays close to home. He makes a trip down to Louisville every so often.
Yeah.
But no, he's got a big old spot in there.
That's the trailer.
The trailer.
Yep. We're Queen of the Ring. Which is gonna be a great movie to watch.
Yeah,
I
it's-
recommend people to go out and make sure that they tune into it.
It's gonna be good stuff.
Is it WWE production? I thought I'd seen that at the front.
The production on that. Wait a minute. I don't think that's your movie.
That's not it, man.
Yeah,
That's something different.
That's not.
That's something else. That was a.
You're right there.
This one?
Stars Queen of the Ring talk about making
Okay.
So it's kind of on the it's shot in it's based in the 1940s.
Yeah, that's a period piece.
She looked familiar to you.
Who is she?
Yeah.
Who is that?
That's your big AEW star right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's yeah, man.
Yep.
It was a great opportunity.
Who is she, Johnny? Who is that?
I'm trying to remember the
I can't
place.
think of her name. She's the one that does the black and white promos.
Oh,
and-
Tony Storm.
That's
Yeah.
Tony Storm.
Yeah.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
I did not. Oh, I
Perfect.
guess you can tell now. I guess I couldn't tell with the black hair.
I couldn't, but then there, seeing that picture reminds me of Tony Storm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
She.
That's awesome.
Josh in there and oh man, it was star-studded. Man, I was all struck on that set, man. And rock
And they've already got it filmed and it's ready to.
Oh man, it's been being edited for about a year now. I did all the film
It's coming out
festivals.
soon, isn't
It's 26. It come out of the film festivals on the 26th. So the release date on it is up in the air.
Is it going to be in the
That's gonna
theaters?
be fucking awesome.
I keep watching it. It's an uncertainty. You just got to stay tuned to find out where it drops. If it's how popular do you think it's going to be. It did really good at the film festivals.
Well, wrestling. It's the best time for wrestling movies to
Yes,
come out
it
because
is.
wrestling is so freaking
right.
huge right now.
But even if it, it's a major budget motion picture, so even if it goes straight to Netflix, that ain't no shy day in the park.
No,
That's
Netflix
right.
is where you watch stuff at
I'd
anymore.
love to see everybody on the big screen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't wait to tune into
Tyler
this movie.
Posey. Tyler Posey.
Yeah, okay.
That's it. Yeah, she's I think she's Green Arrow. I
Yep.
think that was her. Yeah. Yeah,
But
she she did a great job. I got a chance to work a little bit with her. Actually, that shot right there. And me and a bunch of OVW guys. It may have hit the editing room floor, but Doug Basham, Cal Hero, and a lot of us got in there and we bumped for her, like on
Heck
the
yeah.
montage. So I took 3 big hip tosses from that little girl.
Oh, wow.
I'll tell you, she hits like a hammer. I wasn't expecting it. She threw
I'm
me
sure.
clean across the ring there, boy. I was
She wasn't holding back, right? She wasn't holding back on
Hell
you.
yeah.
Yep. But I hope it made it in. Like I said, I know Kripke's stuff got in there because he had big part in that movie. So that's kind of a breakout for him. And then, like I said, a lot of you.
We need to get him in here before he becomes a big star.
You
huh?
should. You
Yeah.
should. As soon
Yes,
as that
we
movie
definitely
drops,
do.
he's going to have to get him an agent, fella, because
Yeah.
he's
Yes.
going to make it. He's
Exactly.
got that. He's got that peculiar look about him. He's very likable, very very warm eyes.
He took over y'all's faction, didn't he? Wasn't there a faction you guys had?
Oh man, that's up there. He's in Southern Discomfort. Up
Southern
there.
Discomfort, yeah.
Yep. We've had Jebediah and Nate Williams now inside the studio.
Yeah.
We've had you here twice. You've
Now we
been here
got to
twice.
get Jared.
Oh, Snake Man, feller. He's up there running that IPW. Jared's in there. I got Donovan Cecil running that faction. And Ace King, you talk about guys on independents that are you keep your eye on, man. Ace King up there at IPW. If you get a chance to look him up, he's a young feller.
What about cash flow? Like, what
get me
about,
started.
like, my
That's the star
God.
of Tulsa
Like,
King right there.
Oh, man.
Is it Tulsa King, the
Tulsa
movie?
King.
With
Yep.
Don
The
Johnson,
TV
right?
show.
No. Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, it's a TV show.
Yeah, TV show with Sylvester
That's
Stallone.
right. Tulsa King, he plays a Bigfoot. And I think it started as like a one-shot pony,
Uh-huh.
and they loved him so much that he's going back. So, it's a big opportunity for him. That's a guy that's been doing it almost 30 years.
Yeah, what-
he's been
like,
living by the
deserves
business.
it.
Yeah. if
Deserves
anybody.
it.
And we're all trying to do things outside of wrestling.
Yeah, you
But,
should.
he's found that success there, and I couldn't be happier for that dude.
No,
If
man, he
anybody-
deserved it. If anybody deserves it, he does. I mean, we all know his backstory anyway. He told it on on the Wrestler,
Yep.
and he's been working at this for years and years and years, and deserves it. This is one of our.
And that's Chris Crow.
That's Chris Crow right there.
They just kicked his teeth out his mouth.
Yeah,
He did.
that's when we do a lot of stuff in the hallway because we don't really have much room right here, so we beat each other up in the hallway.
Well, you're-
And like Chris Crow says, if he's going to wrestle, he's going to throw a punch at you.
Show him our yard match. You
The
find it?
yard one.
Our yard match.
Oh,
Me,
God.
like it's not a reel. It's going to be like.
It's inside the reels, though, Andy. Because you took them and put them inside there.
Yeah, I know there's reels, but the full match is
Where's it at?
Now, while y'all are searching, I got a feller I want to mention if I can.
Oh, mention it whoever you
A
want.
friend of mine grew up with. When you're growing up and you're a wrestler, you're a kid, you wrestles. And I had this feller, my buddy Devin, who he grew up down the street from me, and that's kind of how I cut my teeth and learning to love wrestling. You in the front yard doing it with your buddies and your cardboard belts. And, I know y'all probably still got your belts. I know I got mine. But my buddy Devin, his son Wyatt, today was having a major back surgery. He's got the scoliosis. A very special friend of mine. And today was his surgery. He was down there for somewhere around 10 hours under the needle and pulled through that. And he may have so far so good, no complications. But I'd just like to say to that feller, I'm real proud of you for going through what you went through, kid. And, I love your daddy like a brother. And if there's ever anything y'all need from you, let me know, okay?
Awesome, yeah.
Thank you,
Hell
boys. I
yes.
appreciate
What's his name again?
That's my buddy Wyatt Wright.
Why right?
Now, I've known him since he's a little kid, so I call him Woody.
Woody.
And I remember calling him Woody because he showed up on the front doorstep. He was wearing one of them Toy Story gimmicks. And he just looked like Woody standing there with a little kid with a big head and a little body.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, you look like Woody. So from that day forward, he
was
was hence
Woody.
known as Woody. And I don't
Yeah.
care who says anything negative about that feller. He's gone through, he's a special friend of mine. He's got some ailments, and going through that to get his stuff straightened out. And time flies. First feller's about to graduate from high school.
Well, get better, Woody. We're all here praying for you, Woody, and just get better, buddy.
Appreciate
right.
that. Appreciate that, fellas. All right, you were going to show us the heated yard brawl.
This is our yard.
Yeah.
We started a little brawl between each other. We had a promoter that said he wanted to put us in the ring together. What are you doing, man?
You know why I'm here.
Why?
Because
This is my house.
last night you took my mom on a date.
Oh yeah, that was good.
That girl was.
Hey, calm down now. Calm down. Your mom likes me. She's very cool.
Oh, but you got to know.
You know what your mom's favorite number is?
What?
69. Hey, hold on. I really do. I really am sorry. I do have something for you.
Surprise.
I really do.
Uh-oh.
Hold this door for me, okay? Look,
Yeah.
Hold the door for me.
Yeah.
And we really fighting inside the ring too.
I fell.
Oh, you took me. Ow. Ow.
You know he could have hit me with the knees a little bit better though.
I thought you was going to give him a wedgie.
I should have. I got his T-shirt on and I'm beating him up.
But that's all right, 'cause I got back there in the match. This is my favorite part of this whole thing.
He said,
The human piano.
You beating him like he owes you money.
ooh.
And this was all filmed while it was raining. My favorite part is still when I hit the band. That's my favorite part of the whole video. Can I practice slam my head into it before?
Uh-oh, here comes the finish. Oh, nice editing.
All right.
That was a real punch right there.
Oh, that was stiff.
You gotta get rid of the evidence.
Put him in the van.
Dispose of the body.
Yep.
Oh,
I think it's pretty good with we do pretty good stuff with no budget.
Yeah.
I think old Meltzer would give that 5 stars, fella.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah.
That's the
yeah.
match where we beat.
You should have seen our real match in the ring. We were terrible.
Yeah.
I think Johnny came up with a few. We choreographed it, but he came up with a bunch of stuff that I wasn't ready for.
Hey,
and I
hey,
think he was really trying to kill me.
First world wrestling. You may plan it, but sometimes when you're out there inside the ring,
He was trying to kill me.
guns different.
He's like, I'm gonna take this sumbitch out. It can be the nice guy Johnny show. It ain't gonna. Look at his outfit.
He was supposed. I mean, at least I'm wearing the spandex. I'm wearing the tights, the knee pads underneath, the elbow sleeve.
They announced-
I believe he was trying to pay respect.
They announced the show. He's like, this is gonna be a special match now, guys. We don't usually do this. These are podcast guys. It's kind of like a Special Olympics match. I was like, did he really just call us a special? Jay was. She
Jay.
walked out with me. Yeah.
She choked me during this match too.
Podcast. Give it up for Sean.
That was our referee.
Everybody was booing him.
And now introducing the second in the corner. This is Calamity Jane.
Where's she at?
Oh,
Man, we had some.
folks on.
We had some terrible people filming this thing for us.
Yeah, it was pardon me.
Kentucky, Nice Guy Andy.
Hey, he's got elbow pads on.
I have no idea what I'm doing in there. Johnny
At one point, he tells me, Johnny, I don't know what to do next. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. Start laying into him because you gotta continue making it look at least decent.
So Andy has no respect for anyone here tonight. And now, ladies and gentlemen, weighing 216 pounds, also from Lexington, Kentucky, this is Sean, formerly known as Superfly Johnny Lee.
Yeah, this was when he took my gimmick from me. I was Superfly, but he took everything from me, so I guess I had to hit him with the double knees just to show him who's boss.
Yeah, it's the worst match ever in the history of wrestling, I think.
I mean, we had everything planned, but the finish. I mean,
A lot of people don't understand, like, even climbing up in the ring, like, how much it could tax your body. Like, you know, I started exercising and walking, like, before this match because I'd try to climb up in the ring, and I was, like, out of breath. I was like, oh, my God, I need to lose some weight if I can get in the damn ring.
I don't know what that was.
I'm sure you guys, you know, you're so used to it, but, like, people that aren't used to, like, getting in the ring or even being in the ring, it's like it's something totally different than anybody can experience.
You gotta have that ring cardio.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can gas real fast too.
Is this the whole match?
Yeah, this whole match.
Yeah.
I mean, look how long it is.
Yeah.
It's 11 minutes and 57 seconds.
We don't have to watch the whole thing. We're gonna bore these guys
Now,
to
my
death.
favorite part is gonna be this part where I get choked out in a minute.
Show.
I'm pretty sure that this is where I get choked.
Well, about Calamity Year. Yeah.
Yep.
There she is. She's such a star. Look at her.
Because I told her that I want her to choke me on that middle rope.
Come to find out, she's a redhead. Actually, she dyes her hair black like that. She's actually a real redhead. She's got blue eyes.
She's fiery.
She told me that herself. So.
How'd you figure that out?
She told me. I
she
didn't.
told
I didn't
you?
get to look. You know.
Okay.
You know. It would have been nice,
Yeah.
but I didn't get to. She just told me.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
All right.
That's right.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Kicks me right down as I put my shoe back on.
Get the good part. Get to the good part,
Yes,
John.
because that part.
Our match in the.
Oh, here we go. Hold up.
Oh yeah.
Happened inside the corner.
Our match in the
After that, that's
in the
when I was
yard's
like,
way
you know
better
what?
than this. I'm a better actor than I am wrestler, I guess.
And I was really laying those elbows in. Cause
Yeah, I know. He's trying to kill me.
Actually,
Actually trying to kill me. He was actually trying to kill
No,
me.
Andy, I was
He
trying to
was
be
trying
snug.
to actually kill me, Johnny.
no, I was trying to be snug, not hard.
You know, I've left in the will. I left the podcast to my kids, not you.
Actually, Andy, they would kind of drop the ball with it.
Yeah.
So you'd be killing it. So then after
I know you got to keep me around to keep the podcast going, Johnny. You can't just kill me in the fucking podcast in the ring.
I wasn't trying to kill you, Andy. Come on. You
Yeah, I
can
have no
handle
idea.
it.
I have no idea what I'm doing in there. I have no
Yeah,
idea.
he didn't. I could tell that from how you were trying to hit me at the beginning of the match. And that was a good one. The spot with the shoe to the face.
I put his shoe in his mouth. He took his shoe came off.
Hey, but that was smart because. And the guy talking is Terry England.
Yeah.
That's the guy that runs UCW Kentucky. He's a pretty good promoter. Like, and right there, I don't know what he's trying to do. I was like, what's this man trying to do?
I
Because
don't
then
know.
he stops and I'm like, oh shit, he's lost the plot.
I did. I
So
didn't know what I
right
was
there
doing.
is when he asked, Well, what we're supposed to do, Johnny? So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna lay into him. So then I start laying into him with this because you had to make it look at least decent. Because at first we were wrestling, that nothing's gonna go playing.
Yeah.
And your first match is always gonna be shitty.
I didn't realize it was so long.
Yes, it was long, Andy. Because look, here goes the plunger spot. And now watch this. Oh. I just wish I'd went up top with that. I should have ignored what AJ said about not throwing punches and threw a punch.
Johnny, don't take that crap. You've had enough of it. It's humiliating and everything that you get him, Johnny.
By that point, I was gassed.
Look how tired he was.
Yeah. God, I didn't realize.
Never do it again.
Oh, my face.
He was supposed to do the. He was
Yeah.
supposed to do the people's elbow, but he forgot what he was doing. I think.
I was told to do the splash.
Oh.
And you were supposed to get your knees up, which you did. And then when you would do that, I didn't know what you were doing. Okay, you were choking me while pinning me.
Yeah.
You supposed to be
They've
pinning
lost.
me.
They've lost total respect for us now, Johnny. They've seen they're like, damn, like we should have not came. We should have told them no. We didn't know they were going to make us watch this
You got
garbage.
You fellers got a critique coming.
Okay. Okay, good. Because I need to know what I'm supposed to do in there.
Wish Dad had thrown a punch though. And I wish our camera guy had actually.
We
Top
did
the
too much,
punchline.
didn't we? We did too much, Johnny. We should have worked the crowd more.
Yes. But we were supposed to work the crowd to begin the match.
He hesitated. Why did he hesitate?
Who, Sean?
The ref when he was counting me out.
I had no idea.
Okay, we need to hear the critique now.
Yep.
Jebediah's just gonna put it on mute. Jebediah's just gonna go at us now, ain't he?
I'm going to give you fellers what's called a compliment sandwich.
Okay. So critique
We're learning a
critique
new
the
thing.
yard match and then
No.
this match too.
It doesn't matter. I watched the whole thing.
Okay.
The key is, was it entertaining? Were you entertained?
We were entertained.
Were you? Was I?
I don't know if the crowd
sitting
was.
there with my mouth open the whole time watching? Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Was I entertained?
Yes.
I was entertained.
Okay.
Did it do what it was supposed to do?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dave Meltzer give it 4 stars.
Yeah.
Plus, we did things that.
I love doing cheesy, crappy shit though.
But also, we got the crowd to get excited for that puncher spot.
It worked.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
did what it was supposed to do. You're two guys that were in there wrestling.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you were trying. It was okay.
Well, for our first match,
For your first match, it was okay.
Yeah.
Who trained you?
Adrian Alexander,
Okay.
yeah.
he
Alright.
helped us put it all together. It was
Did you-
actually the week before that match. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna help y'all with with getting it put together, and then we trained. The only one that did not understand the assignment though
Did you
was our
get?
referee.
Did you get through it and nobody got hurt?
Yes.
Was it entertaining?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dave Meltzer gave it 4.5 stars.
Exactly.
We was down there training, and
Look.
Johnny was in the. I had been starting to walk, and I'd been walking like 2 or 3 miles a day,
It's
and,
because I drunk water.
and Johnny was in there. He got blown up, drunk water, ended up
Yeah, the water.
throwing up outside the
Like
ring.
they say, do not drink water after you start training.
Next time, do a boxing match.
Do a
Yes.
boxing match.
It's a lot easier to work a boxing match.
It is. Yeah, you're probably right. We should have probably did that.
Yeah,
y'all coulda-
because we can work it better.
Yeah, we.
Because he was stiffing the hell out of you.
I know. He was trying to.
No.
He was trying to actually
I
kill
was
me.
being snug.
you was being snug.
Yeah, he was trying to kill me.
Now, if I had been choosing to be legit on him, I would throw a punch. And
Sometimes I don't know if I'm sitting next to him. I don't know if he's just gonna try to kill
I
me.
will
Sometimes.
say though, my one regret for that match is that there's no footage of the double knee that I hit him with.
I'm a positive, congruent feedback kind of feller. I think y'all did great.
Thank you
The
so
best
much.
thing about it is that it's over.
Yeah, I know, right?
But you know what? It did get the crowd to get
got 'em.
excited in a lot of parts.
Yeah,
It was entertaining.
yeah.
It was entertaining. That's the whole point of the
Our
exercise.
second, our next match will be okay. I'm sure somebody will talk us into getting into another ring.
I will say though, still remember we had a referee that was in on what the plan was supposed to be, but
We ought to really train more than once next time.
Y'all need a better referee. That's what it was.
Yeah, there was a referee.
That
It
daggum
was.
zebra got you.
Yeah,
because
it was
think
terrible.
about this, he was supposed to wait until this guy.
I didn't want to
did
have a
his
ref. I wanted to have
showmanship,
a.
and then
I wanted to have a
Jack's corner.
no disqualification match. Is what I wanted to use.
Yeah,
And,
but
you know, we could do all kinds of stuff.
we had to work with what the promoter wanted.
Yeah.
He wanted us to do a match. He said, "I'll let this spot with the plunger."
I don't know how I got talked into that doing that.
You like that?
It worked.
Yeah, it worked.
Yep.
That's all
And
there.
if we ever do another one, maybe a boxing match would have been better because we could then do the showboating that we had planned to do for the original match.
Yeah.
Because we were supposed to do a lot of pandering to the crowd, getting the
I needed
crowd
to
mad at him.
I needed to practice Bobby about 100 more times probably, and then I'd
Yeah.
been really good.
I'd say for your first match, Dave Meltzer give it 4.5 stars.
Appreciate that.
But Dave's drunk most of the time.
You sure about that? Because he gives the Tokyo Dome 7 stars all the time.
That's right.
Wow.
When
He'd
you
be
got
like-
it,
he'd be
boys,
like-
you got it.
He'd be
That's
like
all.
this. He'd be like this match. This match didn't happen at Tokyo Dome. I'm gonna give.
Jay's
you
just not saying
3.2.
nothing. Jay's like, yeah.
Actually, Jay.
What have I got myself
I agree with
into?
Jebediah Blackhawk.
What have I
you.
got
Thank
myself into here today?
Actually, Jane enjoyed it because Jane got to do what she loved.
We really never intended on doing this to end up in the ring. You know, it's just we were asked by a promoter to do it, so
Hey, y'all did
yeah,
great.
we did.
Y'all
it. We
did
did
great.
it for the guys down there. We did it in Tennessee, so we didn't have to get a license. So,
But it was a fun show, though.
oh, it was a great show. I loved it.
We had, and also we know
Those
this
guys
guy,
do a lot of
Jane,
fair.
he's a-
Those guys do a lot of fair shows, and you know.
Have you ever worked for England before?
No. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and I do follow what they're doing down there.
Yeah.
There's a couple.
They had Hillbilly Jim down there last year.
No, this
Man,
year.
It was this year.
It's Cabernet Super Show.
Yeah, it was this year. They had him down there. We did a couple. We got a few million. We went viral with that one.
Yep.
That Hillbilly Jim. Him and our dancing with the Terry England. We went viral with that. Like I think we got 2 million views on that.
Yeah. And you know what? I think that if there ever is a chance, we could see old Jebediah in UCW at one point,
Buddy,
tearing it up.
all they got to do is call me. Especially if I
Exactly.
can get old Jim down there, fella.
I know that'd be cool. You and
Gosh,
Jim.
man, that'd be the moment of my life.
I know, right?
Yes, it
I
would
did
be.
this. I did Appalachia. I did one of their sign-ins and merch tables and things at one of their programs, and I got a chance to meet DiBiase.
Nice.
And he come by the table, and I was like, hey, he said, hey, how's it? He said, you're trading on Jim's gimmick. And I said, please tell him for me.
Yeah. Tell him to come after me, please. We need to know. We need to talk about this.
And I've gotten older in it, and I've shown a lot more respect for the people that have come before me.
Yeah.
And got him on the Facebook. I follow him because he don't
Yeah.
do the thing. But
Yeah.
I sent the message out to him. I
Yeah.
was like, I did without you.
He still
fellas-
looks like he's in great
Oh,
shape.
he is, man. He is.
He
You know
climbed
what?
up in that ring like with no problem. He got up in there. It was just looked like he was just in great shape still.
You know what? Terry England's good friends with him. He don't come out for anyone but Terry England. So that'd be a good thing. You and Jim finally getting to meet each other. And
Shoot, to do a tag match with Hillbilly Jim. Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
one of the highlights.
Does he?
Of my
I don't
career.
think. Does he? He don't do stuff in the ring anymore, does he?
He don't have to. I'll take the heat.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll take
Exactly.
it all. I'll take
All he
it.
has to
He'll
do is
take it
stand
all,
and like
all Jim's got to do is
take a
stand
hot
stand
tag
there.
every once in a while.
Actually, I think what could work is if Jim stays on the apron, and then Jebediah finally gets that
Hot
tag,
tag,
in,
yeah.
and then it's Jim that gets the win.
You just hand that
Because-
horseshoe off to me. Say, clock him with that, feller.
That's
And
right.
we'll go home.
Exactly.
We ain't got to reinvent the wheel. Whatever it takes. But it'd be worth
Also, less is more.
the trip to just get a picture with that fella.
Yeah.
Plus, less is more is the best strategy.
That's where I'm at. And you can tell by my matches, I don't do anything.
Same thing with Jay.
I don't do much.
Exactly.
No. Yeah. But that one match with. Yeah, we just watched. You did a lot in that match.
Oh, speaking of
Me
which,
and Crixus.
Yeah.
Chris Crow's watching.
Hi, Chris. What's up, man?
Hey, Chris, we were just showing them you.
You guys will
Super
see
Kicking
Chris.
Party Man.
I think he He said he was going up to OVW soon, didn't he? Chris did.
Yeah, but it was a
Well, you tell
No,
him,
he told us on the podcast. It made much of
Oh,
a secret.
yeah, that's right.
There you go.
You tell him, grab me, man. I'd love to see him, get a picture with him, and hope he does really, really good up there.
Heck yeah, because he's a star. We've been seeing this kid since. Since
Do we have the?
2022 at
Do we
New
have
South.
the? Sign the front of it, or sign, I guess sign that too. I guess.
We do got this other marker.
Yeah, we'll display it.
Let's have something more into it.
Yeah, because this one's.
I stole that one
Got
from
the
my
heat.
boss today.
Plus, if you think about it, OVW's got a bonafide star right here.
Oh yeah,
This
definitely.
your next OVW world champion right
I
here.
think so, and he's going to have a pocket full of cash.
Yes. And I think that Tony.
What does
Tony Evans gonna
$10,000
be
look
jealous.
like? Is it just a stack?
It's gonna be like this.
You
That's a
would
stack.
think it'd be a big stack.
Yeah, but it's only like about that
It might,
big,
it
right?
might be inside of a suitcase.
$10,000 is one stack of hundreds.
Really?
Nice. That means that not only are you gonna be having that OVW
That
world
will fit in
title,
your. That just fit in your pocket. Yeah, fit in your just pocket there. Yeah.
I can picture it now.
What you gonna
Actually,
do?
no, I take that back. One stack is 5,000. So
Yeah.
it's
Nah.
Two stacks. What are you gonna do with that all that money?
Go to Vegas.
Yeah, go
You
to
got-
Vegas. There
You got to
go.
win it first, feller.
Yeah, but
I mean,
I
look
can
at him. He's a
imagine it
freaking
right now.
beast. I mean, he's got just as much shot at it as anybody. I think. Yeah.
plus I could see it just now. DeNiro having the gold over his shoulder and that stack of money inside that sack.
Exactly.
We know one person that might not be too happy about that.
Tony Evans.
Tony Evans.
Oh, Tony. Yeah. You
But-
probably have to share with him. I'd say.
But what would you tell him?
He's like, no way.
What would you
You're gonna have
tell
to fight him, probably, right?
He may be your boss, but what would you tell
I
him?
mean, if you
after
won,
win it?
if you won, that would start a
Purpose
fight
of the
between you and
match-
him.
The purpose of the match is to win. I'm not gonna,
Exactly.
Exactly.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
hold
It's
off.
every man for themselves.
No,
Boss or
definitely,
not.
definitely do not hold back. I mean, definitely do not hold back.
Plus, I can see you walking away with the towel and Tony Evans showing his snake.
He'd have to
ways.
be your guy. You know, he'd have to be.
Yeah, he had to carry your bags.
Yeah.
He'd be the one that had to carry everything for you and be the one that has to do everything for you.
I think EC3 is the one I'm probably worried about the most. Wouldn't you? Aren't you? Like, I mean,
EC3
you don't look
is a
like a
big
very
boy.
worried
He
guy,
controls
but
his narrative.
yeah, but like, I mean, it's gonna be.
EC3 is a big boy, but I've been in the ring with bigger, so
Yeah,
That's
he's,
true.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Yeah, he's just
I mean, you
He's
survived Crixus.
he's just jacked and yeah, and he just looks like he's just jacked and he just don't. It looks like he's got some kind of like loose screws. To tell you the truth, EC3 does. Don't
Yeah,
y'all
but-
think?
But you're forgetting, this man's a hitman.
Well, I know he's a
What-
hitman.
what do you
He's,
think
know,
hitmen do?
I mean, he thinks and he does, calculated things. and
Exactly.
he can take a guy out, but a guy like EC3 just seems like he's got a few screws loose.
I
so
still
just
put my
to
money
me, I
on
just
the hitman because the hitman
I
is going to be
think
scoping
any
it out.
of us in the wrestling business have
Yeah.
screw loose.
Exactly.
You talking. There's a couple things you're not accounting for, Jay. EC3 is the NWA heavyweight champion.
Yes.
He's the OVW national champion, and you ain't accounting for what if Doug Basham tries to pay you in nickels.
nickels.
Oh,
You
man.
ever try to pick up $10,000 worth of nickels?
that
We're gonna have the issues.
If I were you, I'd make sure first that it's $10,000 in cash that you're looking at.
One thing we ain't got to worry about is Doug Basham getting involved and doing anything dirty to me. If anything,
Ooh, is that a clue?
EC3's got to worry about it because the bounty's on his head. The bounty ain't on my head.
that is true.
So
That's true.
I don't
Everybody's
feel
gonna be shooting
I
for
don't- I don't have
EC3.
to have my. I don't have to have my head on a swivel or my eyes on any of the revolution coming in and attacking me.
Meanwhile,
I can't
EC3
say anything
does.
about EC3.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if he? Never mind. I don't. You're right. You're right. You ain't got to worry about that. You got to worry about them other two jackals, Will Austin, because he gonna do anything to win,
Yep.
and Tony
I beat
Evans.
that boy from pillar to post
Yeah,
Thursday.
But he may just come in and pick the bones after EC3's done with you, big boy.
And what about Tony Evans? You'll also have to walk through him.
You don't think he'll take advantage of you? You better keep your head on a swivel, Jay. I'm telling you, fella. You might be in over.
Yeah,
your head.
you can't trust him because
You're my pick. because you're sitting there.
Since there's nobody else here.
Now,
And
Tony
I've
Evans
been
was sitting
I've
here, he'd
been
say
hit
different.
by you, and you do hit like a ton of bricks. And anybody gonna stand there and let you hit them, they gonna knock them out because you knocked me in the dirt. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I ain't EC3 neither.
Yeah.
Also, I would keep my eyes on Tony Evans because
That
The
guy looks
title
like he
does things
stays in
to
the.
you.
That dude looks like he stays in the gym. Like just. Yeah.
Hush,
Big boy.
hush.
But this man went up against Crixus. This
That's
man fought Crixus and actually tore his bicep.
Man, I tell you what, if Jay wasn't capable of doing it, he wouldn't have took the challenge.
That's right.
I wish you the best of luck in it. You're gonna need all the luck you can handle.
And that's
Plus-
this Saturday, guys. You guys got to go up to Louisville. If you can, get in
When
the
the
arena
rack
up there to see this pay-per-view. Get in the ring up there because OVW is packed full of wrestling stars. And you guys, the place up there is so cool. If you can't get up there to Louisville, check it out on pay-per-view. Who's covering that? Is it Thriller?
You
Triller?
get that. You can get everything, all your information at ovwrestling.com, ovtix.com. That's The Reckoning is the name of the pay-per-view.
Yep.
And you catch that. If you can't get in to do it, catch your own pay-per-view there. Again, visit the ovwrestling.com or ovtix.com for additional details on how to get your hands on that pay-per-view. And if you can't get in, because if you don't do it today, it's going to be sold out. I tell you, they sell out every pay-per-view at Hot Point Davis Arena.
Hot Point.
Hot Point Davis Arena.
That's right.
You got to get in there. So if you can't make it, you can't get your ticket, and you still want to watch it on pay-per-view, but you want to catch OVW live, you can catch Halloween Hell Night, October the 31st at Davis Arena, and that's the weekly television program.
That's tomorrow night, guys. Get up there. Get up to Hot Point Davis Arena. You never know who's going to show up there. Mick
Show
Foley
you
shows up
support.
there all the time, guys. Who else did y'all had up there? Mick Foley.
We had Big Show was up there.
Big Show was up there recently.
Enzo.
Enzo's up
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
The who's Mickey James is up there sometimes, right? Or she?
Mickey James has been around up there.
Yeah.
You never know who you're going to see at OVW. Al Snow's
Doug Basham. Al Snow. Jebediah Blackhawk.
You can catch me, but you can catch old Jebediah Blackhawk after the show.
That's
most
right.
of the time I'm working production. But if you hang around till afterwards, I'll come out and sign an autograph for you.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Exactly. And they will see Jay
Jay
DeNiro as
DeNiro's up there, beating ass, taking names,
He can't write his name.
collecting money. He can't write his
I
name.
don't think he can. Hope they don't pay you in check, fella, because you ain't gonna be able to sign the back of it.
That would be
Scribble.
that'd be the strangest thing for Doug to say, "Hey, I'll pay you in 2,000 cash," and then he hands you a check. He's like,
Check. No, don't
"Since
take a
this man
check.
Can't write his
Yeah.
name."
Bounce all
Yeah.
the
Plus,
way to
you
the
have
bank.
to take a check. You have to take it to the bank. You end up having to pay
Yeah.
taxes on it.
And then
I
then
mean,
it goes
come
from
on,
10,000.
right?
I wouldn't trust Doug Basham as far as I can throw him after all he's pulled off. We used to be friends. He's like my second match was against Doug Basham.
Really?
Yep.
Known him my whole life, fella, and what he's pulling up there with the Revolution at OVW, I wouldn't trust him. I wouldn't trust him to referee a little league softball game. I tell you.
No, I wouldn't either because there's no telling what's going through his mind. He's probably thinking, maybe I can get rid of all these OVW guys and bring in my own squad.
Yeah, he's built one heck of a faction in the Revolution. They're hard to beat. They're hard to beat.
But
there's a lot of
You're
fellas.
getting one of those members got his bicep torn by this man right here.
That's right.
They went to war. So if anyone can win that title, I'll put my money on Jay DeNiro.
You almost
because
said Tony Evans.
he did say Tony Evans. He did.
He did.
it's because Tony Evans is on my mind that you gotta watch out for him as well.
Well, any way you look at it, fellas, it's going to be one barn burner.
So
of a match.
what's your relationship like with Tony? Y'all friends? Just a working relationship, or just
Working relationship.
working relationship? The money,
So he paid you.
He pays me
A
well
lot.
to do whatever I need to do to make sure he gets wins.
yeah.
Well,
If you really think about it, Jebediah, you've been around this whole time I've been up here. Tony Evans is no slouch. He's won multiple championships. But if you really think about it, the only championships he's ever won were because of me.
hey,
And I
you're
was
right.
nowhere to be found when he lost them.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's
True.
why I say I think Tony Evans better be ready because in that match, there's no friends. There's no partnerships.
Nope.
Because you're going for that title. You're going for that cash.
It's going to be a banger.
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
gonna
it
be
is.
a banger.
It's the main event for a reason.
The main event, guys.
Main
We got one of the guys in the main event right here in the studio. I don't know how we pulled it off, but we got you up here. OVW is growing so fast. It's getting big, big, big. Guys, you cannot miss this pay-per-view. Check it out. Check out if you haven't if you don't know what's going on with OVW, go back to their YouTube channel,
Yep.
OVW YouTube channel, and check out the last few episodes of it. It's a good watch. These guys put on very professional, great wrestling, and check it out. OVW is the
That's
place
right.
to be, and they got Cash Flow, which is on the what's the show name?
Tulsa King.
Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone. I mean,
He's Bigfoot.
oh my God! I mean, these guys are just blowing up stars down there. You got Jebediah Blackhawk in a few movies up there. You got a movie coming out. You got a movie that you just gave us a DVD to.
And Jay, how long?
And you're
before
going to
we
be
see
in
you?
the new movie Queen of the Ring, right?
I'm in there.
Oh my God! These guys are just blowing up here.
Plus on OVW TV on YouTube, you can catch all the recaps. You can watch all these because look, we got them all here. We've even got the number of episodes that they got going as well. And Jay, when do you think we'll see you inside a movie?
Well, that's the next thing on my list. It's just a matter of right place, right time.
Yeah.
I haven't hit it yet. Done some extra work when I lived out in Vegas, but nothing big time yet. But it's coming.
Heck yeah.
Cool.
And look at that. There's 1 year ago's Hell Night. And you can find all this on OVW TV on YouTube.
That's right.
Make sure to
That's the
type
thing
in.
on that YouTube channel too. The OVW Rise is our Thursday live show. On Tuesdays at 7 o'clock, we have Overdrive.
Nice. Hey, we were actually there for Icon Lee's first match in OVW. And it was a hell of a match. I tell you what, Icon Lee impressed us that night. Even more so than he ever impressed us.
You talk
before.
about the Revolution. There's only one title they don't have.
That's the one
They have the Rush Division title. That's there with Star Rider.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Gunn got the Country Boy Media title.
Mm-hmm.
You got Big Mount. Kadeem has the heavyweight title.
Does.
J-Rod has the women's title.
Mm-hmm.
And his boys just lost the tag titles.
That's right.
Yep.
Y'all do have Country Boy as a sponsor too, don't you?
Oh, there we go.
I love their
What else
beer.
is y'all sponsors up there? Country Boy, they got great beer. Oh my God! Every time y'all come down here to Georgetown and y'all go over and wrestle over at at the Country Boy Brewery over there, we'd love to get over there.
We're back there in December. I believe we're out
Back there in December?
Back in December.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
12th. I think
Please.
the weekend, the 12th, 13th, 14th, somewhere in those
Let's
lines.
Johnny. Let's try to make
Friday.
Yes, we
That's
do.
a Friday show.
We try to make that show.
I like that beer.
We'd love going over there. That place is awesome. That y'all come over there and wrestle.
Yep.
That's great.
It's good having when we go see them out there, man. They're just so welcoming, and it's a great venue.
And the beer is great.
Oh, golly,
I'm
man.
not a big drinker actually at all, but the beer is the beer is incredible.
I like that Cougar Bait.
Oh yeah, ain't that great?
They
I had something over there one time. I think it was some kind of specialty beer that they had. I got over there to the OVW show, and this one actually right here, I couldn't
Yep.
get in because they had sold the tickets out, and then I actually ended up sneaking in somehow. But
Yeah.
but I got in. But after some people left, I ended up getting in. But
I don't know what all the sponsors we have, but we also have sponsor packages too.
okay, yeah, y'all do, yeah, guys. If you got a business out there and you want to sponsor a show or have a show if you have a venue somewhere to have a show, you have a brewery, and you guys want these guys to come and throw a show, get in contact with OVW. I'm sure reaching out to at least one of their wrestlers or OVW themselves, I'm sure we can figure out something.
You can go to ovwrestling.com and it'll have a comment or contact us, and you just get a hold of someone there that deals with all the sponsorships. But it's a good way to get your name out there. OVW
Exactly.
is a pillar in Louisville. It's been around forever, and when you say OVW, people think about that 1990s
Oh, I know,
and
right?
2000s
You
with
had
the John
everybody.
Cena's and all
Batista.
Brock Lesnar, Batista, all those guys.
Hey, you've been around 20-odd years.
Yep.
So much to the point, state of Kentucky, there's an OVW day in the state of Kentucky.
Really? Which day is that? You know,
Went down to Frankfurt. I believe that's in February.
February.
Went down to Frankfurt last year for that. Stood on the floor. Cash flow accepted the honor for the company, and
That's
it's
incredible.
OVW day in the state of Kentucky. So
That's incredible.
it's not a lot of independent wrestling promotions can boast the things OVW's accomplished, and it's only getting bigger for us.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
only
yeah. It's
bigger.
growing like crazy, going like crazy.
Look at that venue,
Exactly.
man. Who else is doing it inside of a brewery?
I know, right?
Exactly.
And they do
As
it
a powerful building.
when the weather's right. They do it outside and draw twice as many because
Yep.
they don't have to
See,
cut
this
you
is
off at
me
the door.
inside there. I was I was looking through the window trying to see some wrestling.
You know, when we were up there in Pikeville for that pay-per-view, it was the first time OVW did a pay-per-view outside of Louisville.
Yeah,
And if I'm correct, we drew more people than TNA or AEW did at that same arena.
Oh wow, yeah, yeah. They love like Pikeville down there. They love it. Be entertained down there. They love wrestling down there.
That's right.
That's when I got me a shirt down there at Country
You got
Boy.
that good
You got me
beer.
a good beer there. I don't know what kind that was, but it's such a good beer that I can remember it from like 2 years ago. That's how good a beer that was. I mean, you know, I'm like wanting one right now. But they have a great place down there and great food down there.
oh, you gotta get the steak sandwich.
Oh, really?
Oh man, the steak
Ooh, their
sandwich.
nachos were.
Guys, down in Georgetown, if you were around here, go down to Georgetown Country Boy
Yeah.
Brewery down there. Go get you some
That's
food.
my favorite right there.
Yeah,
Haley J.
Hollywood.
I think I made it in somehow.
Oh, you did. You snuck in.
Yeah, I snuck
You
in.
finally told them who you was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
He told him, I'm NiceGuyAndy podcast host. Let me in. Well, you ain't getting put
We do
over.
get into everything free. We get into AEW for when they come to town for free. WWE, they send us tickets. Like, yeah, we get in free these places.
And look at the hairstyle that you were sporting that day.
I know, right?
Rocking it out.
I was rocking it out.
Rocking it out.
That was the Silverhawk, as AJ Kazana coined it.
Guys, we've been on here almost 2 hours now.
That time flies when you're talking with good people.
Yep.
It does. We have a good
does.
time here. You know, everybody says, "Oh, well, 2 hours. I don't know if I can do 2 hours," but then you look up and the 2 hours is gone, and you're like, "Yeah, that's
And it's like it
we've had a great
went by
time."
fast. You didn't even realize it.
Around this time of the podcast, I let everybody say their closing statements. Who wants to go first? You want to go first, Jay?
First and foremost, if you have not been to the Hot Point Davis Arena, come on out on any Thursday. Live show. Doors open right around 6 o'clock. They'll have some wrestling going on before the live event starts at 7 o'clock. Check ovwrestling.com for any pay-per-views. By all means, try to get your tickets on ovwrestling.com because you never know when we sell out. We've been doing sellouts even on our Thursday shows since Netflix dropped.
So it's not OVW, it's OV Wrestling.
Wrestling, yes,
OVWrestling.com.
And if you get a chance to come do a podcast with these gentlemen, it was
Oh,
a
yes.
pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate that.
Thank you for coming. You want to shout any of your social medias or anything like that?
Yeah, Jay DeNiro on Facebook, and it's also Jay DeNiro on Instagram.
Okay. Are you on X?
No.
No. Johnny, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go. I just want to thank everyone that's been commenting. DJ Easy, we know all about you from Indiana, and also you've been going to OVW. That man has a wealth of OVW knowledge. Like he could tell you,
Who's that?
DJ Easy,
Oh, DJ Easy.
Eric Montgomery.
Yeah.
That man could tell you anything about OVW from what time period to the next.
He lives up there in Louisville, I think.
Jay Nero, thank you for giving us a moment of your time. Jebediah Blackhawk, always a pleasure to have you, brother.
Thank you, friend. It's good for having. Thank you so much for having me. And feller, it was good sitting down with you for the first time.
I know, right?
Chance to meet with you.
thank
I didn't, you know, with breaking bread with you. You married feller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a married man too. You ever tell you how I met my wife?
No, I don't think you have.
Well, I was driving that 2-lane down from Louisville to Pikeville.
Yep.
And I looked over. I seen this good-looking blonde carrying this cargo down the side of the road. Well, I pulled up behind her because I thought she might be dangerous, and I wandered up and said, "Ma'am," I said, "if you want to put that car door in the back of the truck, I'll take you anywhere you want to go." She said, "Sir, I do not talk to strangers." I said, "Well, honey, honestly, you got a cell phone. You can call a friend. You can put your car door in the back of the truck. I'll take you anywhere you want to go." She said, "Sir, I do not talk to strangers." So I followed her a little bit more from behind because I thought she looked a little dangerous. And I asked her one more time. She said, "I done told you once, boy, I don't talk to strangers." I said, "Well, honey, I got to know, why are you carrying that car door down the side of the highway?" She said, "In case I get hot, I can roll the window down."
It's funny.
And that's how he met his wife.
Nah, she sounds like a wonderful woman.
She is. Miss Blackhawk, I owe everything to her. She's so supportive in everything that I do, and I love her kindly. And if y'all want to catch anything from Jebediah Blackhawk, it's my name on just about every social handle except for OnlyFriends. I ain't got one of those.
No.
That's right.
Yeah. Not yet. Okay.
That's right.
Guys, go out. If you guys love the podcast, go over to YouTube and subscribe, please. We're looking for subscribers. We're up to about 2,000 now, and we're growing even further. Go over to Facebook. Go over there. Follow. Comment. Comment on the comments. Like, share, and comment on everything over there. Facebook does play us, so anything that you do over there, Facebook, we're monetized on Facebook. They pay us the most. They help the podcast do what we do. And if there's any feedback, if you guys just go up to OVW there and check out OVW, check out your local wrestlers. Tomorrow up there, they're having a big show up there tomorrow, and Saturday they're having the big pay-per-view where DeNiro is going to be in the pay-per-view in the main event match there, the 4-way match there. So, guys, if you're not having fun,
you're not getting none.
Yeah, thank you.
Damn, Skippy.
Nice Guy Andy podcast. Skullface Records Radio.
That ain't what your mama said. If he keeps popping off at the mouth, I'm gonna be his daddy. Ooh, yeah!
So those were expensive shoes, you know. You guys, that diamond is custom made.
Custom
This is
made.
a Zodiac, and I'm telling you now, meditate, elevate, and dominate. Do it with the Nice Guy Indie Punk. This is a Zodiac, and I'm telling you now, meditate.
Watch the Nice Guy Indie podcast.
Anyways, you guys go on your little rinky-dink
yeah,
bullshit podcast.